behind the net. Watch by Cody Hudson. Perron comes out and takes the shot by post. And we're going to have UNHE by the new stereo.
ECMC Cancer Care Services are proud to team up with the Buffalo Sabres.
Well, once in a very young broadcast career, I said if your heart's not in your throat right now, you don't have one. And that was about a goal scored in overtime to win a championship. But right now, everyone in this building is probably taking a real deep sigh and just looking around themselves, thinking about how lucky we all are to be here, right now. And Rob Ray between the benches, a chance to embrace with Jim Kelly, and a little fist pump for your partner in Rick Jeanneret. I can only imagine what's going through everyone's mind. It's time to play hockey, and let's get to that. Our starting goaltenders brought to you by Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop. Great tasting food and amazing prices. And Victor Fast gets the call, 32 years of age, just his second start of this season. Meanwhile, Michael Neuvert makes his third straight start of this campaign. And the Buffalo Sabres wearing their third jerseys here on this night, with the puck in the road end, and they'll go from left to right as we're underway in this opening period. A pass down the right wing for Gergensen. That's tipped away to the near corner. Gergensen stays with it. Petrie gives him a bit of a face rub, trying to play that puck away, and now Pouliot ahead now for Eberle. His pass down the right wing boards. Petrie in the corner, centers in front, and Neuvert has to get that glove out to make an early save. This broadcast is brought to you in HE by the new Stereo Advantage. See the first LG OLED of the new Stereo Advantage on Worley Drive.
Well, Dan, as you said, these guys coming out here tonight, they've got to be inspired. Rick and Jim getting an opportunity to go in the room before the game, say hello to the guys, and just send a small message, hey, work hard and good things are going to happen, and there's two great examples right there.
Teddy Purcell off the face-off, plays it back to the advantage on Worley Drive.
Well, Dan, as you said, these guys coming out here tonight, they've got to be inspired. Rick and Jim getting an opportunity to go in the room before the game, say hello to the guys, and just send a small message, hey, work hard and good things are going to happen, and there's two great examples right there.
Teddy Purcell off the face-off, plays it back to the point. Mark Fayne with a shot, comes off the inboards right in front. Neuvert had it, then lost it. Another shot from a tough angle, and that one off the back of the Sabres keeper and out the near side. Oilers keeping it in. Purcell had it taken away, and now Chris Stewart will turn with it and send a high puck to center ice where it's gloved down. And Draisaitl playing it back. It's a glove pass. All by the referees tonight. Mark Solonette and Chris Rooney. The linesmen are Steve Miller and Derek Nansen. All by the referees tonight. Mark Solonette and Chris Rooney. The linesmen are Steve Miller and Derek Nansen.
We talk about face-offs all the time. Here's a face-off one. Comes back to the point. Jones had nowhere to go. A man on him, so he just throws it about 10 feet wide of the net, waiting for that bounce coming off the backboard. Every building now has live backboards, so you can play that off to the side, and it's amazing how it'll pop right out into a prime area.
Yakupov, Acabello, and David Perron for the Oilers. They shoot it into the Buffalo zone and in behind the net. Played around the boards near side. Drew Stafford trying to move it up, but Marincin stays with him to keep it deep. Perron behind the net. Watched by Cody Hudson. Perron comes out and takes a shot far post. That post was hugged tight enough by Neuvert to keep it out. Marincin pinching down the boards here on the left wing side for the Oilers to keep it in. Oilers with some pretty good zone possession, and the Buffalo end of the ice so far to get us started. First minute and a half of the hockey game as Mark Arcabello, Connecticut native, gets it back for Edmonton, and it'll be shot right back in. Neuvert steers it off to his left. Nikita Zadorov behind the net. Oilers aggressive on the forecheck, sending two down below the goal line. And Zadorov again with a big hit behind the net. And the Oilers keep the puck though back to the line. Shot right on, gloved again by Neuvert. Off the stick of Nikita Nikitin. And the faceoff will be in the Buffalo zone.
Oh, Michael Neuvert.
Nikita Zadorov behind the net. Oilers aggressive on the forecheck, sending two down below the goal line. And Zadorov again with a big hit behind the net. And the Oilers keep the puck though back to the line. Shot right on, gloved again by Neuvert. Off the stick of Nikita Nikitin. And the faceoff will be in the Buffalo zone.
Oh, Michael Neuvert being called upon twice here so far early in this first period. But the last four games been fabulous. You talk about you have a goaltending competition. When you get your chance in those situations, you better make done. Look at this. 2-1-1 in the last 4 games with a 1.92 goals against average, 942 save percentage. Doing an excellent job, and I don't think he wants to give anybody else the opportunity to get back in the net.
Oilers with their top line on the ice, and off the face-off, the Sabres now will bring it up right wing to center, and over the Edmonton line is Gergensen's down to the corner. Backhands it to the other side. Now it's back to Gergensen's near post, sends it in front, and somehow Victor Foss gets over to make the save to his right.
Well, Brian Johnson getting to the front of the net, and he's going to stand there, and you can see nobody tries taking him out. Everybody just kind of stands there and lets it happen. Nice job by Gergensen's and Molson down low, but Gergensen steps out and realizes he's not even going to be able to take the shot himself, so he tries feeding that puck across to Brian Johnson, who's planned it perfect.
Edmonton off the draw with a chance to bring it out. Left wing to center. And it's shot into the Buffalo zone in behind the net. Oilers looking to clear on the far side. Kept in. Matt Hendricks over on the far boards. Now it's Joensuu bringing the puck back up the boards far side. Hendricks from the boards with a shot that's blocked. Joensuu continues the battle. Benoit there for Buffalo along with Gergensen's. Play stays down on that far corner now here to the near side. Zaros for Benoit. He's got some open ice now ahead of him. As the Oilers stayed off for line change, the tip at center by Gianta. To the left of the Edmonton goal, where Victor Foss will leave it there, the 32-year-old Swede. For Michael Neuvirth, you mentioned his numbers. This is the first time he started in 3 straight games since January 27th, 29th, and 31st of the 2012-2013 season. A run for the Oilers in the Buffalo zone, sends it behind the net. That comes out the side of the goal. Stewart there for the Sabres defensively. And the Oilers will bring it up the boards near side. Arcobello can't keep it in the Buffalo zone. Sabres tip it out to center. Torrey Mitchell out there with Tyler Ennis, who can't gain the Edmonton blue line. And Tyler Myers backing up inside his own zone. Goes cross ice. Pass back to Myers now. He'll skate it towards center. Pass up in the right wing. Tipped by Chris Stewart. Down in the near corner of the Edmonton zone. Parker-Eden playing in his second NHL game on the ice with Draisaitl with a shot, and Parker-Eden after the rebound on the far side. He tries to set it behind the Buffalo net. Fedorov cut it off. Now it comes into the slot. Stewart has it for the Sabres. He leads 3 to center, along with Torrey Mitchell. Fires it down the left wing boards, and a penalty coming up, a cross-check. Or interference, take your pick, but Mazzaros, who joined the rush, we'll go to the penalty box. Stay tuned for the Karuba Collision coming up later in the game, and go to Sabres.com to vote on the Karuba Collision of the Year, where you have a chance to win season tickets for next season.
Now, Andre Mazzaros is being charged with cross-checking here. Take a look at it. Kind of just reaches out, gives him a little push from behind, but he's in that dangerous spot. That's that area that they try to control a little more. You get a little push from there behind, you lose control of yourself. Those boards are coming quick, and it's very difficult to protect yourself.
Face off the Buffalo zone, won by the Sabres, and the puck sent down the ice. This Buffalo Sabres penalty kill is brought to you by Napa. Napa has the know-how. Edmonton 5 for 38, 25th in the NHL on the power play. Hall not in the lineup, has one of those 5 goals, as we're going to have an icing call against Edmonton. Everly, Purcell, Gordon, and Nikitin with the other power play. The power play. Hall not in the lineup, has one of those 5 goals, as we're going to have an icing call against Edmonton. Everly, Purcell, Gordon, and Nikitin with the other power play markers for the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, Arcobello just let that puck go there. He wasn't even... He lifted up his stick in the neutral zone when the pass was made to him and just let it go for some reason. Instead of trying to play the puck, now they're going back for the icing.
Sabres penalty kill is knocked off 42 of 51. That's good for 14th in the NHL. Buffalo's not giving up the power 50.
Just let it go for some reason. Instead of trying to play the puck, now they're going back for the icing.
Sabres penalty kill is knocked off 42 of 51. That's good for 14th in the NHL. Buffalo's not giving up the power play goal the last 5 times. They've been shorthanded. Here's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to the Buffalo line and in. Now Pouliot over on the far boards will play it back to the line. Schultz for Jordan Everly off the left wing boards. He goes cross ice. There's a shot by Nugent-Hopkins, and it's stopped by Neuvirth. Good position again over the post to his left. Power play with 122. Sorry, Rob left it.
Yeah, Nugent Hopkins just trying to take this shot. Problem being is, Sabres have done a good job. They got 3 guys. There's nobody in front of the net. They got a man coming in from the side, but nobody planted in front. It's kind of a waste of a shot right there, because Neuvirth's able to handle it for the whistle.
Face-off won by Buffalo. Sabres with possession of their own end. And down the ice it goes. Fast out to his left to play it. Oilers now right wing to center. To the Buffalo line. That's as far as they'll get. Turned over. Now it's Girgensson short-handed. Slides it around to the side of the Edmonton goal. Comes back on the boards near side. Girgensson's getting to it first. Leading Perron to the puck. It's sent back in behind the Buffalo net. Rasmus Ristolainen on the boards. And all the way down the ice with that clear. 45 seconds left in the penalty kill for Buffalo. No score if you're just joining us here in the first period of play. 14:28 to go. Oilers to center in the shooting. Run on the far boards. Trying to keep it in. Sabres able to clear. And there's an open wing down this right side now in a race for the puck. Brian Flynn into the Edmonton zone. He's got a man going for the net in corner to corner. Nice move in front. Backhand. Oh, and Victor Foss with a save. Brian Flynn, whoop-de-doo, going to the front of the net. And Cody McCormick hanging around there looking for a gift as well. Short-handed chance for Buffalo, and the Oilers now at center. We'll back it up. Hendricks will bank it off the boards. Chase after himself. Sends it to the front of the net with 4 seconds to go. And the penalty kill for Buffalo when the puck is cleared outside the zone. Faust will leave it back to 5-on-5. And the Oilers in their own end. Origin is cross ice with his pass. Oilers gain the zone. Joensu's in the slot. Pass to him is knocked away by Neuvirth. And it's cleared to the line, but not out. Linesman says it's in. Play continues down under the goal line. Tyler Ennis. Quick puck movement by Buffalo. 1-2-3 and they're out. And the pass ahead for Torrey Mitchell too high and out of play. And with 13:23 to go in the first period. This hockey fights camp tonight at Buffalo. We're scoreless. The Ford dealers of Western New York replay brought to you by the Ford F-150 with EcoBoost.
Well, Josh Georges blocks everything that he can. But I'm going to show you a situation. Last game against Detroit last weekend, Neuvirth and Georges got mixed up a little bit, and they talked each other in between the timeout. He said, Neuvirth said, hey, if you can't get the puck clean, let me have it. And I'm going to show you an example of Josh Georges right here, number 4, allowing Michael Neuvirth to take the puck when he realized he wasn't going to be able to get the puck clean. He's going to come across, the shot's going to be taken, and he's just going to turn, get out of the way, not get his body in front of it, so Neuvirth's able to see that puck clean coming in.
Sabres with a bouncing puck. Girgensson's going offside. Further to Rob's point, Josh Georges has blocked 56 offside. Sabres with a bouncing puck. Girgensson's going offside. Further to Rob's point, Josh Georges has blocked 56 shots, leading the National Hockey League at this point. 13 more than the next highest total, and it's been Chris Russell of Calgary for a while.
Well, right there, Josh Georges would have taken the block and attempted the block, but he realized there was nobody behind him. There was a clear lane to the net for the shot. Well, right there, Josh Georges would have taken the block and attempted the block, but he realized there was nobody behind him. There was a clear lane to the net for the shot, so just allow it to go.
Oilers in their own end. Yakupov moves it to the near corner, sent down the ice, and an icing call coming up here. Nope, line waved up. One official had his arm up in the air. We continue on. No problem with that is pass to center finds Gianta. He's got Girgensson on the right wing. It takes the pass and the shot quickly off his stick. Victor Foss with the glove to make the save.
Now 3 guys going to the net. Nice job by Gianta getting it to the outside man. And then Gianta and Molson go driving through. They got to get there a little quicker. They got to establish themselves to try to attract that attention. They just sort of coasted into the net, and it didn't allow it to open up. When Girgensson threw the puck to the net, it was an easy save for the tender.
Gianta sitting on that 249 goal total. Face off of the Edmonton zone, and we're going to do it all over again. To the left of Victor Foss, who was picked up from Anaheim in exchange for a 5th round selection into the 2014 draft and 3rd round pick in 2015. 6 feet, 108 center. Here's with the wrister to goal. That's deflected away, and Everly will bring it back with Nugent Hopkins down to center. Lift it into the Buffalo zone. Myers takes it,
and it didn't allow.
Wave the there's the off his unofficial Victor Fast. Got Gergensen to the right wing and takes the pass and the shot. Quickly off his stick. Victor Fast with the glove to make the save.
YouTube video.
Now 3 guys going to the net.
0%.
Nice job by Jensen.
Nope.
And then Gianta and Molson go driving through. They got to get there a little quicker. They got to establish themselves to try to attract that attention. They just sort of coasted into the net, and it didn't allow it to open up. When Jurgensen threw the puck to the net, it was an easy save for the tender.
Gianta sitting on that 249 goal total.
2,000 minute goal.
Face off of the Edmonton zone, and we're going to do it all over again. To the left, bring it back with way up the Hopkins. Stafford hammers that one off the end glass. Others keep it in. Julian from Nugent Hopkins.
Action menu.
Trying to back his way towards the goal. George is always with an active stick as well. Pokes it away. The Sabres get the puck back again. Edmonton starts the line change. With 8 minutes gone here in the opening period, no score. Myers nice little move in over. Tyler Myers now for Drew Stafford. Shot that one is stopped. Myers after the rebound, and now he'll back up. Puck gets behind him now, and here come the Oilers. Two Sabres back though as Cody Hudson tries to get back to help out defensively. The save made by Michael Neuber. As Parker Reed went to the net. As Hudson never did quite get positioning on the Oilers winger.
Parker, he had plenty of time. Back move. When he's going to get this puck, he's going to show patience. He's going to hang on. It's rolling a little bit. But Neuber just comes post to post, and you see him track that puck very well. He kind of attacked him a little bit. Tyler Myers jumping up in the play. This is what we like to see. And I'll tell you, Neuber just comes post to post, and you see him track that puck very well. He kind of attacked him a little bit. Tyler Myers jumping up in the play. This is what we like to see. And I'll tell you right now, Edmonton's just allowing them to get through. They're allowing guys to get through to the net. They got to take advantage of it. You've seen right there, Tyler Myers with the puck. 3 guys backing off, just allow him to go where he wanted to go in the offensive zone.
Well, they're not sure who should pick him up. Probably what it is now Stewart behind the net with it.
Somebody better.
You can see him. Big enough. Oilers now, 3 of them trying to get out of their own end. Puck goes off his skate. Now a turnover, and the Sabres come back. Here's Stewart winding and firing, and Fox got just enough of that one. Mitchell finishing his check in the far corner. 3-on-2 back the other way for the Oilers. Draisaitl lays it off to the right wing, and Neubert's going to hold on for a face-off in the Buffalo zone.
Just like each and every game is important to the Sabres,
each and every client is important to our firm. Give us a call.
Well, the first of 2 meetings between the Sabres and Oilers this season. They will meet next January 29th in Edmonton. Over McCormick with a draw to the left of Neubert. Sabres with possession. Ryan Flynn backhands it off the boards. Can't get it out of the zone. Kept in by Edmonton. Perron trying to poke it down the boards along with Arcopello, who's shoved to the ice, has risked the line and comes over, plays some physical defense for Buffalo. And the Sabres find their way with Larson down the right wing into the Edmonton zone. Larson's shot blocked, and the Oilers ice the puck this time for sure.
Well, when you got young team, you want to surround them with veterans and guys that are experienced and done an awful lot in this league. And that's exactly what Edmonton's done. Craig Ramsey been on numerous teams within the league, but one of the men that is more respected than anybody is a coaching position for what he teaches and the communication he has with the young guys. Even being an older generation guy, can still hit the chords with guys and push the right buttons. And he's got so much to teach them. It's great. Guys love being around him.
Sabres couldn't get the puck deep in the Oilers zone, and now Edmonton, Perron down the left wing. Can't get it deep in the Buffalo zone, and it's off the glass behind Neubert, who will leave it to Andre Nazaros. With the puck on his stick, flips off to the right. Jurgensen to the pass to center. Gianta can't handle the pass. Hendricks comes back on the counter. Hendricks was surrounded by Sabres, and it's knocked away by Zemgus Jurgensen's. And now Boyd Gordon backs it up into the Edmonton zone. Oilers, Hendricks with a tip into the right wing corner of the Buffalo zone. Fedorov is there first. Ahead to Delorier. He can't move it ahead. Right back behind the Sabres goal. Mazzaros on the near boards. Deontay can't tip it out as he's pressured right away as the puck came to him. Keaton. And a bouncing puck sent up into the air, and it took a deflection up out of play. And we'll have the face-off back to the Buffalo zone when we come back scoreless in the first. Well, first period, 9:34 to go. Edmonton in Buffalo on this Hockey Fights Cancer Night. And throughout the night, fans at different moments will hold up placards mentioning who it is they're fighting for in their battle against cancer. And Buffalo Sabres General Manager Tim Murray with a message now on who it is he is fighting for.
I'm Tim Murray, General Manager of the Buffalo Sabres, and I'm fighting for Brian Murray.
And there'll be a lot of messages throughout the night that are relayed from fans and those within the Buffalo Sabres organization, every team around the NHL with their night to pay attention to this battle. These two teams on the ice, thankful to be battling here tonight. And Drew Stafford will tip it deep into the Edmonton zone and behind the Oilers net. Now it's cleared quickly, and Nugent Hopkins left wing to center as it knocked away. Following up is Pouliot, but offside at the Buffalo Sabres blue line with 9:02 to go in the opening frame.
Yeah, Brian Murray.
As it knocked away, following up is Pouliot, but offside at the Buffalo Sabres blue line with 9:02 to go in the opening frame.
Yeah, Brian Murray. Tim Murray is talking about general manager of the Ottawa Senators. When you're dealing with such a disease and such issues, and then continuing having to work every day and trying to put the product on the ice, that's a lot for one man to deal with. And that's when you really need that support system. And good thing he's got Tim to lean on. Continuing having to work every day and trying to put the product on the ice, that's a lot for one man to deal with. And that's when you really need that support system. And good thing he's got Tim to lean on.
Pouliot behind the net for Ristolainen, can't handle it. And the Oilers with possession back at the line. Far point shot deflects on net, and Neuvirth followed that tricky puck as it got to the top of the blue paint, and he slaps the big white glove down on it to make the save.
Well, you're right. That was very tricky because it changed directions and speed on him because he's going across, and he's going to be on the left side. It's going to come through. He's going to follow it to the right. And bang, really quickly there, just in front of the crease. It gets touched, knocked down to the ice, so the speed changes, the height changes, but he's still able to get that fluff pad out and make the save. Excellent save.
Shot from the point. And the Keaton will stop, but the Sabres now will try the exit out of their zone. Down the left wing into center. In over the Edmonton line. Torrey Mitchell going to the net. Passes behind him. Perron with the puck. Almost had his pocket picked by Mitchell. The Oilers now to center over on the right wing side. Carrying it, firing it into the Buffalo zone is Arcabello, and he'll go to the Edmonton bench right after. Yakupov standing right in front of Neuvirth, who has that stick out, keeping the Edmonton forward at bay. And now it's Stewart down the left wing to center. Trying to put it deep to the Edmonton zone. Can't get it deep. And the Oilers send it over here to the near boards. Eddie Purcell racing after it. Now lifted in by Keith Olin. He's had a couple of stops early in his National Hockey League career, hoping to stay in Edmonton for a while and make a home. Here's three Sabres now in over the Oilers line, down the left wing corner. Puck in behind the net. Went at the near post. Puck doesn't come to him. It's still in the corner. Larson to the circle. Mazzeros with a backhand. That one forcing Victor Fast to make a save. Sabres, nice movement off puck. It's Cody McCormick plays it under the goal line. Larson shielding the puck, makes a turn, facing the goal now. In behind the net, nice pass out front of Mazzeros, puts it wide. As he jumps into the play, and it's Cody McCormick who jumps back to cover his spot. And a good thing because the puck comes back to McCormick and takes the shot, and Fast with the save. And the puck directed in behind the net to the far corner. Larson coming over to help out. Oilers on the puck. Sabres good pressure with this shift, and Edmonton clearing the puck down the ice. And a smart clear banking off the boards by the Oilers. 13 minutes gone in this opening period. Both teams getting changes in now with the puck behind the Buffalo net. Tyler Myers from the corner. Trying to play it up the wing. It's into the slot. Yoensu with a one-timer, and he fired that one high. For Jesse Yoensu, he's been a bit of a struggle scoring goals in the National Hockey League. Very talented young player. He came out of the junior ranks. So far, just 13 goals for his career, 2 this year.
I feel his pain. I dealt with that my whole career.
Here's Gianta now. Down the right wing. Can't get it deep in the Edmonton zone again. Hendricks, top of the circle, fires one high. And a glove save by Neubert. Thinking about keeping play going, and Hendricks seeing the hesitation. Rockets in there as any player should and would. And it's Neubert who says, okay, I'll cover.
Now, Hendricks is a guy. He's going to go.
Thinking about keeping play going, and Hendricks seeing the hesitation. Rockets in there as any player should and would. And it's Neubert who says, okay, I'll cover.
Now, Hendricks is a guy. He's going to go. He's not going to stop. He's going to continue coming through. Because that's just the way he plays hard hockey. He does the door off. He just gets better and better. And when I'm talking about getting better, he's making plays. Some people might look at, hey, that was a dangerous play. But you know what? He has the confidence to try it. And he does it. He's successful with it. So in turn, it just kind of helps him out a little bit. He sits back and maybe throw that puck away earlier in the year. Now he's got a little more confidence. He's able to carry it to try to make things happen, being creative with the puck.
They get defensemen, don't have to tell you, jumping up into the rush like that. With that kind of skating ability. You said already tonight, Tyler Myers has done the same. So.
Yeah, it just opens things right up, and it makes it easier for the forwards, actually, because, you know, they're going to get themselves into a position. Everybody's kind of concentrating on the man with the puck, and the guys that are paid to put the puck in the net, they can get themselves in those sweet areas, and eventually the puck's going to come to them.
Beat behind the net, moving the far corner. Dickey took a puck in the face earlier in this shift, so he's playing through that. Now he'll go to the bench. As the Oilers make a change, Sabres with a long pass from Myers up ahead. Stafford looking for Buddy Hudson. And Mark Fane gets there first and plays it to the near corner. Now David Perron facing his own goal, turns and fires a pass for Yakupov down the right wing. He tips it behind the Buffalo net, racing it after it. Ristolainen takes the hit, moves the puck. And now Delorier over on the far boards. Edmonton picking up the pace of the forecheck with this unit out here in the scoreless first period. Back post, there's a chance by Perron, stopped by Neubert. Comes back to Fane at the point. His shot stopped by Neubert again. And the defense in the right place to steal the puck back for Buffalo. Pass up through center and in over the Edmonton line, knocking it down. And then getting knocked down is Tyler Ennis. He continues on. Ennis out there with Mitchell, who moves the puck over to the far corner, carries, plays it back to the point. Benoit holds it. Now Ristolainen near circle, takes the shot, and that deflects high and wide. Yakupov trying to poke it away from Torrey Mitchell, who gets it back. Mitchell's shot is blocked. Sabres able to make changes with possession deep in the Edmonton zone. And one of those fresh set of legs on the ice is Mazzaros. He's got the puck now, and a shot on, stopped by Victor Faust with the left gloved hand. Shot 16-7 Edmonton. Scoreless, though, in the first. Scoreless in the first period here in Buffalo. Edmonton and the Sabres. Geico, this date in Sabres history. November 7th, 1981. Defenseman John Van Boxmeer scored a natural hat trick. His first career hat trick, by the way. Added a pair of assists. Sabres over the Islanders 6-2 at Long Island that night. Van Boxmeer set a club record with 5 points in one game by a defenseman.
Now John Van Boxmeer is now part of the Buffalo Sabres. Once again, he's a Western scout for the Sabres. We see him every time we're out in California and in the West.
Montreal Canadiens, Colorado Rockies, Buffalo Sabres, Quebec Nordiques, native of Petrolia, Ontario.
And longtime coach in Rochester Americans, too. I have to give him a big thank you because that's my first coach, Brendan Crow. And he had a lot of good advice on how to play the game, how to be a professional, and how to take that next step. And I got to thank him for that.
Here's Torrey Mitchell in the Edmonton zone, trying to get a shot through. That's blocked. Now Ennis behind the net. Stewart in the near corner, right wing side. Bringing it halfway up the boards. Ends up turning it over, and Hendricks gets the puck to center. We just saw Mr. Van Boxmeer, didn't we, when we were out west?
Looks good.
Yep.
I don't think he can still play, but he's still got the big shot.
I was going to say, well, he's a big man, too. I wouldn't want to cross him myself, but there are a lot of guys bigger than I am. Sabres in their own end. Mazzaros helping get this puck ahead to Larson on the left wing. Ryan Flynn Lucas on the forecheck of the Oilers. Brad May pointed out in the pregame, sometimes an adventure in their own zone, and they almost turned it over right in front of their own net. Sabres just couldn't get a stick on it. The last second to tip it home for the game's first goal. Here's Cody McCormick, puts it off the post. Foss might have got a piece with his shoulder, and that puck hopped up into the air to the far corner. McCormick on it again. Try to play it back to the point. Draisaitl looking to clear. He can't. Kept in by Buffalo. Puck comes all the way around the near boards with 2:55 to go in this scoreless opening period. The Oilers will bring it to the blue line. Teddy Purcell taking his time. Seeing his team needs a change. Takes a curl back to his own blue line. Now brings it up to center. And Jordan Eberle is going to take it from his side of center ice. Now up through the middle. The pass on the right wing side. Pouliot over the Buffalo line. Down to the circle. Back in front. Pouliot gets it back again. Shot stopped by Neuvert. Played in behind the Sabres goal. Myers. There's two Oilers looking to fist the puck free, and Edmonton have it. Nugent Hopkins back to the line. Shot from Marincin doesn't get through. Eberle. On with Marincin down the left wing boards. Pouliot behind the net. Benoit there for Buffalo. Nugent Hopkins against Matt Molson. Puck comes behind the goal. Play stays in tight quarters along the boards. Now it's tipped back to the blue line over the far side to Eberle. In the slot takes a shot and a quick glove save again by Neuvert. 17th shot in this period for Edmonton.
Well, 2 games in a row now. Cody McCormick getting great opportunities. And you see here once again just taking the shot. Nice quick shot. That goes right off the crossbar. And you see it goes right up over past shoulder and out. He's had more opportunities in the last 2 games than I think he had all last year because he's working, he's getting himself to position, and he's thinking offensively. Great job.
That looked like he got a piece of Foss jersey, and then you're right, the crossbar right after that. A lot of people, of course, stats you can make of them what you want, Rob, but shots on goal, and then there are scoring chances, and the Sabres have had their fair share in this period.
Yeah, Edmonton's sitting with 17 shots at this point. There's only been a couple real good opportunities, a couple point-blank ones, but for the most part, everything to the outside.
Oilers impacting their own end. Keith Hawley, his pass under the stick of Arcobello, and the Sabres in behind their net with 1:45 to go. Long clear off the right wing boards. Delorier can't knock it down. Oilers flip it right back to the Buffalo line. Ozeros against the boards. Here's Yakupov with a shot. He's well wide, short side. Fane keeps it into the far boards. Now some time and space for Buffalo to bring it to center. Here's Drew Stafford. Left wing boards. The puck bounces away from Cody Hudson. And Buffalo sent back to center. Tyler Myers now across the Edmonton line. Shoots it in, chases after himself, finishing the check against Mark Fane against the boards. Back to the point of the shot, deflects off the stick of Cody Hudson. From the point, there was traffic in front. And now Keith Hawley will move it up for the Oilers. Trying that home run pass through the middle, but there were blue jerseys in the way. And that pass ahead was blocked by Josh Georges. We're down to 55 seconds to go here in the opening period. No score as Ennis plays it behind the net. Georges keeps the puck moving. Chris Stewart gets it ahead. Torrey Mitchell now. Off the left wing boards, he'll chase after it himself. In behind the Oilers goal, now to the far corner. Puck bounces to the circle. Shot stopped by Foss. Here's Ristolainen. Taking and holding off the shot. Rebound that he has off the right wing boards. Mitchell in the corner. Trying to turn away from the mark of Boyd Gordon. Now right behind the Edmonton net. Now to Mitchell in the corner. 23 seconds to go in the period. Back to the line. Benoit's shot is gloved by Victor Foss. Well, both goaltenders certainly doing their jobs tonight here in the opening period. Sabres fans, you have the opportunity to own one of these special Hockey Fights Cancer jerseys worn by the Sabres in today's pregame warm-ups. An auction for those jerseys will begin after tonight's game. To bid, visit auctions.nhl.com. Again, that's auctions.nhl.com after tonight's game.
And if anybody did not see them in warm-up, nice purple jerseys with black. Real nice looking jerseys.
Oilers get across the Buffalo line. I'm not just saying this because we worked with him, but RJ's jersey with a microphone on the back is a beauty. There's a shot stopped right at the buzzer by Neuvert as Eberle tried to sneak one in up high, short side. A lot of shots, Rob, but no score after 20.
Yeah, a lot of shots. No real great opportunities, though, for either side. Sabres got to take advantage of one thing, though. Edmonton is allowing the Sabres to get to the front of the net, penetrate the zone with ease. They got to start getting a little more traffic in the puck to the net because they're just allowing them to take that lane and be in front.
Well, nobody's in front right now in a scoreless game, but how about 31 shots on goal in the opening period? 19 of those by the Edmonton Oilers. We are scoreless. Stick around, a very special intermission coming up. Jim Kelly will sit down with Brian Duck.
Here's a look at some of the numbers from period number one. A scoreless frame, 19-12 shots in favor of the Oilers. A lot of them from the red zone for both, and a -8 on the Corsi number for the Sabres. We'll see what happens in period number two with Dan and Rob.
Period number two about to get started for Tyler Myers. 8 minutes and 13 seconds in that first 20 minutes of play. 8 minutes and 13 seconds. You expect him to log a lot of ice time, but as Rob mentioned in that first 20 minutes, this is probably the game more so than any other. We've seen big number 57, as Jim Kelly put it, put the Rockets on the skates and jump deep into the play.
Well, why not take advantage of it? It's there. They're backing off. They're letting you get in the zone. So, hey, track the attention, get it in the zone, and hopefully your other guys get in the open.
The Keaton for the Oilers behind his net. And Buffalo from right to left in the second period tonight. Sabres. Tyler Myers poking at the puck at the Edmonton blue line. Alex Gergensen's now down the left wing. He sends a puck in front. Petrie behind the net. Petrie has it taken away. And he sends it in front. Scores! Matt Molson looks to the sky. Right to left in the second period tonight. Sabres. Tyler Myers poking at the puck at the Edmonton blue line. Alex Gergensen's now down the left wing. He sends a puck in front. Petrie behind the net. Petrie has it taken away and sends it in front. Tyler period tonight. Sabres. Tyler Myers poking at the puck at the Edmonton blue.
They get half done. Pull it in the Sabres back. Poke in front of the net. Matt.
One on move for Buffalo. Perron. Yakupov continues his battle. Stick trying to pin that puck against the boards. Ristolainen gets a stick now from Torrey Mitchell. Oilers keep the puck. Teddy Purcell's shot. That's blocked. Comes back to Purcell. He'll bring it up to the blue line. Leaves it at the right point. Fane winds and fires past a rebound. Back of the net. That rebound came firing out to Eero Parkkarainen, and he picks up his first National Hockey League. He'll bring it up to the blue line. Leaves it at the right point. Fane winds and fires past a rebound. Back of the net. That rebound came firing out to Eero Parkkarainen, and he picks up his first National Hockey League goal to tie this game.
Banner. Skip.
Well, that did not take long after the Sabres
NHL
scored.
2000
And Parkkarainen,
search.
is the benefactor here
Search.
of just a bounce coming off the goalie where everybody was kind of caught watching what was going on. And you see that puck just come flying out after the defenseman takes a shot. He makes the rebound. See everybody looking, and they turn. By the time they turned to find out where the puck was, it came off Neuver so hot that they weren't able to get control of it.
History tab item. Live search.
And Parkkarainen is in the perfect spot to take that shot. That's a tough play. Goaltender makes a save, and sometimes when he makes that save with a blocker, it comes off extremely fast and hot, and it's hard to judge. A lot of times they'll just lay on the ground, but this one, it did not. It came off right out into the neutral area, the high slot area.
0% vertical.
A quick answer by the Oilers, and a night that the 23-year-old Finnish player will never forget with his first NHL goal to tie this game. And a bang-bang start to the second period. Hendricks now behind the Buffalo net, trying to come up for a post, and he sweeps it to the far post. And Michael Neuver will cover up with some jousting beside the net.
That kind of calms things down in here a little bit. The place got fired up after the Sabres scored. Really upbeat. All of a sudden the light was just ripped out again. This is very important. This shift they just had, now this next one, they've got to kind of gain some momentum back here. Get everything back on their side again. Start playing in Edmonton zone here.
Eberle, Nugent Hopkins, and Benoit Pouliot with a face-off in the Buffalo zone. Eberle, Nugent Hopkins, and Benoit Pouliot with a face-off in the Buffalo zone. Sabres get it to the line and out to center. Oilers backing up. This is Marincin. Along with Justin Schultz, who takes the pass. Back to Marincin, shy of center. He'll pass it off the left wing boards past everybody. And he hits the side of the net, so we keep going towards us. Ryan Flynn facing his own net. Lays it back, and Tyler Myers trying to spit away for the forecheck. Gets it off the boards and out to center. And Marincin backing up. Has it inside the Edmonton zone. Marincin was not on the lineup last night for the Oilers in Boston. He draws back in tonight in place of Oscar Klefbom, who's a healthy scratch. Sabres in over the line, and a shot right on stop. by Victor Fast. Cody McCormick with that shot.
We're going to go back and take a look at Matt Molson's goal here. Brian Gionta down low, just doing a nice job bringing that puck to the front of the net, finding it down below the goal line behind the net, stripping the man, stepping by two others, and making a nice pass to Matt Molson coming in just by the hash marks.
Face off to the left of Fost, and Girgensons on the draw against Boyd Gordon. Edmonton with puck off the glass and out. Joensuu can't knock it forward. Now to go the length of the ice for an icing call. Ristolainen just gets the right angle, as Boyd Gordon did not give up on that one bit.
No, and Ristolainen played it perfectly. All he did was keep a straight line, and then Gordon ran out of real estate. There was nowhere for him to go. All he had was the boards, and the two of them just collided. There was nothing that Risto could have done differently.
Face off to the right of the Edmonton goal this time, and Jurgensons will take the draw again. 2 for 9 on face-offs. Make that, take your pick, maybe 2 for 10 or 2 for 11 as the puck draws right to Victor Foss. So we'll give him a win on that. Puck rolls to the goal. We'll do it all over again against Boyd Gordon.
Yeah, that first period, the Sabres were only 33% on the face-offs.
Not their best night so far. A lot of time to change the fortunes, though. Matt Molson will step in now as Jurgensons has shown the left wing at the face-off circle. Draw one by the Oilers. They'll try to play it up towards the near side. Molson knocks it down to keep it in. See what this does to Matt Molson as far as getting that first goal. He passes off. There's Gionta with a rocket. He fired that one high glove side. Taylor's chasing after it. Jurgensen falls down in the far corner. Lazzaros keeps it in. They're going to send it down to the corner. It's off a skate. And Jeff Petrie will send it to the boards near side. It's lifted by Joensuu in the Buffalo zone. Lazzaros has to go back for the puck on the far boards. Arcabello sends it behind the net. Joensuu centers, and the shot and the one-timer by Arcabello, who went to the slot, is high off the glass, and the Sabres can't clear it out. Now they get a second chance to do so. At center ice, Gionta can't move the puck, and the Oilers inside their own zone. Arcabello over the Buffalo line, right wing side. Trying to pass the puck through the slot. That's knocked down, and the Sabres will bring it back. So far, though, just one man to center. It's Drew Stafford. He'll take it over to the right wing side. Gets the puck to an open wing. Perron takes a look. Goes cross ice with his pass. And Petrie will bring it to center and shoot it into the Buffalo zone with 15:57 to go now in a 1-1 game here in the second period. Fane going cross ice for Keith Hawley, the 25-year-old. Sends it into the Buffalo zone. Tipped by Delorier, just ahead of the Sabres blue line. And Buffalo sent back into their zone again. Delorier up the left wing trying to free himself from Parker Eden. Can't touch the puck, and we go back down the other end of the ice with an icing call.
Well, as Dan said, here we go, Parker-Eden getting his first NHL goal. The shot's just going to come from the point Fane, but see how hot it comes off? Not able to control it. Defense not able to find that puck to get caught turning around. And here's Cassell comes back, picks up the puck. They take it to the bench and put a big, nice number 1 on it. His first NHL goal.
Everly, Nugent Hopkins, and Pouliot with the puck in the Buffalo zone now. Played behind the net. As Mauricio jumps down into the play. Nugent Hopkins against the boards, left wing side. Cody Hudson trying to get his stick in there as he picks up the mark on Nugent Hopkins, number 93. Now behind the net for Everly. Backs his way into the near corner. Everly turns to face the net, lays it off for Pouliot. Plays it back to the point. Shot is gloved down by Michael Neuvert. Justin Schultz with the shot from the point. Stay up to date on roster moves and find out what the coach is thinking every week on WGR. Join Sabres head coach Ted Nolan Tuesday mornings at 8 with Howard and Jeremy on the home of the Buffalo Sabres. WGR Sports Radio 550.
Always very interesting listening to Ted Nolan. He's always got great things to say.
The thing I find that interests me most about Ted Nolan, what he has to say, he's always learning and trying to figure out different ways to coach and get the guys. Here's Perron with a shot, and I think that is what bodes well for this hockey team. Not only is Ted Nolan trying to make the players better, he's constantly trying to find ways to make himself be a better coach.
Well, you should. I don't think there's any coach out there that can sit there and say, hey, they know everything. And the good thing with Teddy is he's willing to listen to others. He's willing to read and find out other things about coaches and strategies they have, not only in hockey, but he uses all different sports. All the great coaches out there, you can only learn from these guys, and that's exactly what he tries to do.
Yakupov stripped to the puck in the Sabres zone, and Stewart now right wing to center. He'll lift it into the Edmonton zone, chase after it along with Tyler Ennis. Acapello ahead to Perron. And the Oilers now with a chance to skate it out of their own zone to center ice. Here's Spain with a pass, and now we've got a scrap behind the play, and it's in the Edmonton zone. And Keith Hawley trying to make a statement and is going to drop him with Chris Stewart, who's had his share of bouts. Of course, everyone knows about the Milan Lucic tilt, and so far, a couple of jabs, sweater jabs, and now Stewart doing the switcheroo again. Keith Hawley's a big lad, though. Off comes the helmet of Hawley, and here comes Stewart over top. Hawley now trying to duck out of the way. Stewart comes underneath, then over top. Here comes the right hand. Oh, he connects with Hawley right on the bugle. Hawley ducking for cover, and the linesmen step in as Hawley took one right on the beat.
Well, as Dan says, right on the bugle. That is 100% right. But I'll tell you what Chris Stewart did in that fight. Probably started it, and you're going to take a look down in the corner. But the greatest part of it is how once the fight gets going, he takes his time. He gets set. He gets his hands where he wants them. He takes a few punches from Hawley, does not panic, and he waits for the opportunity. And that's smart. That's exactly what you want to do. You just don't want to go into this fight guns a-blazing. A veteran player and a guy experienced as much as Chris Stewart is in fighting, he's going to take his time. He's going to wait for his opportunity. You got to be able to take a couple punches. What Hawley's delivering right there, that's not hurting. But I'll tell you what, as soon as Chris Stewart gets set and he's ready to start going on the offense, it hurts. Right there, a few of those punches, Hawley's head was just snapping back.
Oilers win the draw in the Sabres zone, and their shot tipped to the corner. Ristolainen takes Yakupov to the boards. Oilers keep the puck. Sent to the front of the net. Arkansas with a shot, trying to go high, and Oilers got the puck. We might see another scrap here, as after...
Well, when you got young team...
Down to the corner, it's off a skate. The pick, WGR joins Michael Neuver. Justin Schultz with
that is one able to take.
Yeah. First overall pick in 2012. I know there's certain players, you don't want any player touching your goaltender. When you're Cody McCormick, and there comes overall pick in. And for Dale Yakupov, the first overall pick in 2012. I know there's certain players, you don't want any player touching your goaltender. When you're Cody McCormick, and there comes Yakupov giving the goaltender a bump.
Yeah, you do, but you know what? You take that number, and at some point here, Cody McCormick is a veteran player. He knows what's going on. He knows it's not probably the proper time to get the extra two, trying to gain momentum again. But he'll find him. He'll find him here somewhere tonight.
And we've got a slashing penalty coming up. And when we come back, will be a power play for the Edmonton Oilers. In a 1-1 game with 13:57 to go in period number 2 here in Buffalo.
Sabres Oilers tied at 1, 13:57 left in the second period. Our fourth replay. Andre Mazzaros, 41, comes across and slashes the stick. Right there, breaks the stick, and he's gone to the box for slashing.
Face off the Buffalo zone. The Oilers 0 for 1 on the power play. They had one shot with their first man advantage. And the Sabres with a chance early on this penalty kill to send the puck down the ice. They do so. And 15 seconds off the power play. Schultz will start it for the Oilers. Up to center. Defenseman plays it back with a drop pass. And the Oilers gain the zone. Everly right circles. Got some room. Pass save made. And the rebound picked out. Nugent Hopkins couldn't get a stick on it. He was tied up. And the puck is cleared down the ice. You don't have to be a goaltender to figure every time rebounds come off you like that. If you're Mike Neuver, you're thinking, uh-oh. First one wound up in the back of the net. Here's Everly at center. They drop it as well. And now the Oilers gain the zone with Nugent Hopkins. Straight into a crowd, though. Arcabello, top of the zone. Flynn cuts him off. Arcabello gets it back again, and a quick shot from the slot, stopped by Neuvert. And again, we keep in mind, Rob, watching this Edmonton power play without number 4 and Taylor Hall, and themselves is very
hole to try to fill.
It certainly is, on a team of players who are really still trying to define themselves as well in their professional careers. And here's a shot stopped by Neuvert as Nugent Hopkins in the slot with that release. With that Draisaitl, my apologies. That shot from the slot. Draisaitl's on the puck now. Trying to poke it back to the line for Yakupopoulos. Off the stick of Brian Flynn and down the ice. Into the Edmonton zone with 35 seconds to go, and the penalty kill for Buffalo. 1-1 hockey game, 12:28 to go. As the Oilers come to center here in the second period, Corey Mitchell has a chance to clear that. Oilers come to center here in the second period, Corey Mitchell has a chance to clear that. We're going to have a face-off just outside the Sabres blue line.
The Sabres
puck. We're going to have a face-off just outside the Sabres blue line.
The Sabres doing a good job standing up on the blue line. When the Edmonton player got to the blue line with the puck, he had 4 guys standing still. Sabres had everybody lined up. There was absolutely nowhere to go. See all 4 guys coming back, and they slow down right there at the line and force him to do something. And he refused to dump the puck in, tried to hang on to it, gain the line, and it was an easy takeaway for the Sabres.
Oilers with possession off the draw again. 26-12. Face-off with
hang up and force him to do something. And he refused to dump the puck in, tried to hang on to it, gain the line, and it was an easy takeaway for the Sabres. Oilers with absolutely nowhere to go. See all 4 guys coming back, and they slow down right there at the line and force him to do something. And he refused to dump the puck in, tried to hang on to it, gain the line, and it was an easy takeaway for the Sabres.
0%.
Oilers with possession off the draw again. 26-12. Face-off wins for Edmonton tonight. Tyler Myers down the front corner. 14 seconds to go in the penalty kill for Buffalo. Play along the boards. Now it comes to Everly. Back to the point. Marinchen's shot hits traffic in front. Comes down on the right wing corner. Steps up. Josh George's stick. Josh will now go back and retrieve under the goal line. And the puck comes out towards center ice. Buffalo side of center. Hopkins trying to put it deep. Back to even strength. Still tied at 1. Tyler Myers in behind his net. Over the far corner. Makes a nice quick little move. Buys himself some space. And Larson down the right wing. Tips it into the Edmonton zone. Petrie takes a pass here in the near circle. Cross ice. Mark Thain, the New Hampshire native, to center. Flips it into the Buffalo zone. Now Larson behind the net. Benoit back in the lineup here tonight for Buffalo. Flips it out to center. Oilers send it right back into the Buffalo end. And an icing call coming up here against Edmonton. Mike Robitaille breaks the Sabres performance down, and he'll take your calls Wednesday mornings at 8:30 with Howard and Jeremy. On the home of the Buffalo Sabres, it's WGR Sports Radio 550. Larson will take the face-off against Boyd Gordon. And another Oiler win. And the puck lifted down the ice. This one will roll right on net. And Neuvert will take the face-off against Boyd Gordon. And another Oiler win. And the puck lifted down the ice. This one will roll right on net. And Neuvert watch his team start to break out as Edmonton make a change. Up the left wing side, it's Nikita Zadorov passing it through. Puck bounces in for Ennis, dropping the net. And he drives right into the net. Up the left wing side, it's Nikita Zadorov passing it through. Puck bounces in for Ennis, dropping the net. And he drives right into the net. And we hope that both Victor Fast and Tyler Ennis are okay as they separate from one another. Ennis was coming.
Image magnified
with a ton of speed.
Yeah, he
0%
was.
vertically scrolled.
Victor Fast just actually taps him on the butt right there, saying no big deal. He knew he tried to get out of the way and there was nothing he could do. Tyler Ennis just coming with a ton of speed. And it was kind of a broke pass. Zadorov's going to try to make the pass. And when he does, it's going to get deflected, but it's going to bounce perfectly Street to Tyler Ennis. And he doesn't get the shot off. Right here. Great defensive play by Fane coming back, knocking the puck away before he was able to get the shot. So you see right there, there's nothing Tyler Ennis could do other than go right into the net.
I mean, the good news is he scored himself, because if he hits that post, the back of his head would have been in some trouble. So, thankful for him. And the Sabres off the face-off, lifted in behind the Edmonton goal, comes out the near side for the Edmonton zone, back into the Buffalo end of the ice with 10.5 to go here in this second period. Pizarro's with Cody Hudson from behind the Buffalo net. Long pass up to center. Flynn racing after it, reaching for it, keeps it, but Teddy Purcell tips it out. Nikita Zadorov standing just outside the Edmonton blue line, goes cross ice, and Cody Hudson puts it in behind the Oilers net. Stafford on the forecheck against Schultz. Puck came to the side of the net. Now Benoit backing up near point. Pass on the stick of Brian Flynn. His shot goes wide, far side. Ristolainen on the far boards. Thought about going back to the point, tried to keep it and come into the slot with it as the point was covered. Just as he turned to give it a look, and the Oilers able to get it out to center. Benoit brings it right back, and he'll shoot it in the Edmonton zone. Buffalo changing. Stafford, before he goes to the bench, plays it back behind the Oilers net. Oilers still can't clear. And now it's lifted up off the boards and into the Buffalo zone. Josh George is waiting for it. Now just standing inside his blue line. Goes cross ice for Tyler Myers. Referee watching him. He'll turn and go to the Edmonton bench now. And Josh George is for Myers to center. Shoot it in from the right side. Comes around the near boards. George is waiting for it at the left point. Plays it down the boards. Molson sends it down to the corner. Far side, Myers halfway down, plays it back to the line. There's a shot from the point, and that one deflects. Comes all the way to Georges here in the near boards. He sends it behind the net. Trying to center in front for Molson, who drove the slot. But the puck comes outside the zone into the Buffalo end of the ice. Facing after this Pouliot. Sabres able to play it off the boards and out to center. Bouncing puck. Gianta almost got himself a Sabres bounce there. Didn't quite go his way. And Petrie now back for the Oilers to center. Petrie leans his way around McCormick into the Buffalo zone. Down the left wing corner. Centering pass in front comes back to the slot. Shot goes off the leg of Neuvert and deflects to the far boards. Now the Sabres to center ice. Cody McCormick in over the line. Hammers a shot. Didn't miss by much. Comes off the end boards, and Fox is going to pounce on it. So hold on. 8:25 to go in the second. We remain tied at 1. That's what you do at a Sabres game. You check out Rob Ray's Twitter account right there. 1-1 second period, 8:25 to go. The Oilers and Buffalo Sabres. New York State Smokers Quit Line trivia question tonight. Which NHL team allowed the most shorthanded goals in the NHL last season? Most shorthanded goals allowed last season in the NHL. 13 would be the number. 8:25 to go. The Oilers and Buffalo Sabres. New York State Smokers Quit Line trivia. That's what you do at a Sabres game. You check out Rob Ray's Twitter account right there. 1-1 second period, 8:25 to go. The Oilers Ray's Twitter account right in the NHL last season. Most shorthanded goals allowed last season in the NHL. 13 would be the number. Face off in the Edmonton zone. To the left of Victor Fast, and the Sabres can't keep it in. Back out to center ice. Nikita Zadorov drifting back inside his own blue line. Sends it ahead to Larson, trying to tip it down the corner. Big hit by Cody McCormick, finishing his check deep in the Edmonton zone as he sends Keith Hawley to the ice. Sabres trying to clear out of their own zone. Pass out, goes off the skate. Pizarro's plays it behind the net, down to the near corner. With 8 minutes to go in the period, Larson just a little tip ahead, and now it's brought in over the line by Flynn down the left wing. Flynn looks back to the far point, and one-timer is hammered wide. Puck comes all the way to the blue line and out. Now Hendricks reaching for it, can't get into the Sabres zone. Flynn has it, and he'll play it for Benoit. Sabres come to the left wing side and off the boards. Larson sends it to the far corner of the Edmonton zone. Stewart plays it in behind the net. No Sabres there, and the Oilers on it. And the Sabres trying to pin the Oilers in their own end, but Edmonton lift the puck down the ice. And an icing call coming up here against the Oilers.
Just like each and every game is important to the Sabres.
Each and every client is important to our firm. Give us a call.
Well, Sabres in the draw in the Edmonton zone. And a 1-1 game is Benoit for Stewart, and then we get a whistle offside. I guess Benoit did not keep it in.
That's a big break for Edmonton right there. They had some tired guys. Sabres not able to capitalize on that one.
Watching a lot of young players on the ice tonight. You know, when Edmonton comes to town, and Buffalo with some young players as well. Probably more veteran players though in Buffalo's lineup, but the likes of Leon Draisaitl and Rasmus Ristolainen both born on October 27th. Ristolainen in 94, and Draisaitl a year later in 95. And now it's Tyler Myers and Josh Georges defensively for Buffalo as the Sabres clear the puck out of their own zone in the Edmonton end of the ice. And Schultz and Nugent Hopkins. The Oilers to center. Eberle. Pass behind him. Sabres with a chance and a breakaway for Tyler Ennis. Ennis to the net. Pad save made by Foss. Rebound though for Ennis in the corner. Ennis looks to the slot. Shot stop. Rebound. Kicked out. Myers had a chance and now the Oilers come back to center. And offside are the Oilers. Now to the breakaway for Tyler Ennis to center. And offside are the Oilers in the corner. Ennis looks to the slot. Shot stop. Rebound. Kicked out. Myers had a chance and now the Oilers come back to center. And offside are the Oilers as Eberle crosses the line.
0%
It's almost a little disappointing on offside. Maybe the Sabres going to open up.
Yeah, Tyler Ennis using his speed once again.
0% penalty score.
But here, Myers breaks up the play once again. Great back pass to Mitchell. Quick pass to Ennis. Breaking across the line.
Image magnified is
That just gets his right back in there to make this save. Tyler Ennis in great position once again. And when that puck was turned over, Tyler Ennis was covering up for Tyler Myers because he had stepped in. So he makes the play. He gets all the way back in defensive position.
Ursul trying to center. Comes in the slot in the Buffalo zone.
And that just gets his right leg out there to make this save.
Well, it's almost disappointing. Oilers as Eberle crosses the line. Well, it's almost a little disappointing on offside. Maybe this thing is going to open up.
Well, Tyler Ennis using his speed once again.
Image 0.
Jurgensen. Score. 57.
But here, Myers breaks up the play once again. Great back pass to Mitchell. Quick pass. Now Tyler Ennis.
Magnifying
Using his speed once again.
Image magnified is
But here, Myers breaks up the play once again. Great back pass to Mitchell. Quick pass to Ennis, breaking across the line. And that just gets his right leg out there to make this save. Tyler Ennis in great position once again. And when that puck was turned over, Tyler Ennis was covering up for Tyler Myers because he had stepped in. So he makes the play. He gets all the way back in defensive positioning.
Ursul trying to center. Comes in the slot in the Buffalo zone. And the four Sabres with sticks in their hands at the moment. And the Sabres able to get the puck outside the line is Nick Delorier had his stick busted in half, so he was playing without a cue.
And there are New York Lotto inside the numbers. There are 17 players in tonight's game that were picked in the first round. 9 on the Sabres, 8 on Edmonton, including 2 first overall selections, Jakob Pop and Nugent Hopkins. And Taylor Hall is out, so that would have made 3 first overall selections.
Go to the 2008 draft. Cody Hodgson was 10th, Myers 12th, Tyler Ennis 26th, Eberle 22nd.
A lot of top picks.
Long shot right on by the Oilers, stopped by Neuber. Zadorov lays it up the boards near side. Molson can't clear. Petrie keeps it in, and now it's out to center. Gordon lays it off, and the Oilers now with a pass up to center. Alexis standing at the Buffalo blue line. Gordon picks up the puck, but offside called, and I think the faceoff might be coming back towards the Edmonton end of the ice. We'll find out when we come back. We're tied at 1, 5:45. Go the second. period.
Sabres Oilers tied at 1, 5:45 left in the second period. This afternoon, this big pink bus out in front of the arena. And what happens with that bus? It's a mammogram bus. ECMC sponsored. Buffalo Sabres alumni, along with First Niagara Bank, are responsible for putting this bus together. And what it does, it goes to all different areas in the city. It goes to rural areas, and it gives ladies and men an opportunity to go in and get free mammogram to check for breast cancer. And it's been something very proud of through the alumni and everybody else helps it.
YouTube video player.
That's fantastic to see, Rob. Congratulations to everyone involved.
One out.
And offside are the Oilers as Ennis looks to the slot shot, stop, rebound, kicked out. Myers had a chance, and now the Oilers come back to center. And offside. As Everly crosses the line.
Magnifying is finished with current value.
It's almost disappointing on outside. Maybe the city's going to open up.
Value 6,860.
Once again.
4 minutes, 18 seconds.
But here, Myers breaks up the play. Once again, great back pass to Mitchell. Quick pass to Ennis, breaking across the line. And Thatcher gets his right leg out there to make this save. And Tyler Ennis in great position once again. And when that puck was turned over, Tyler Ennis was covering Dolan.
1 hour.
Warren Mitchell had him under pressure.
4,000.
Tori Mitchell trying to tip it past Mark Fane.
7 minutes, 31 seconds. 1 hour, 54 minutes, 23 seconds.
And offside, I believe, is up above.
It's 1 hour, 6
ball to go
7
through.
minutes, 1
And they
hour,
have to
7
take,
minutes,
by the
1
time they
second.
realize
1 hour,
there's an
54 minutes.
sometimes it's too late. This gives everybody a great opportunity in every area
0%
around Western New York.
Well, not everybody can get out to it, Ross, my friend. So
100% right.
you bring it to the people and help them out. So a great job. 5:38 to go here, second period. 1-1 hockey game. Oilers. Conley with a shot, glove easily by Neuvert. From behind the net, Tori Mitchell trying to tip it past Mark Fane. Perron at the point, stops, sends it down to the corner. Past Yakupov. And offside, I believe, is the linesman. With the whistle now, the exclamation. Explanation. You know what I'm trying to say.
I'm going to pull a hair and
Slider at 0 minutes, 14 seconds. YouTube video clip.
Yeah, Mark Fane just let that puck
1 hour, 7 minutes, 55 seconds, and 1 hour, 54 minutes, 23 seconds. Current value, 4,075.
Yakupov off the face-off. The winger tips it deep in behind the Buffalo net.
6,863.
Stewart can't clear. He's pinned against the boards on the far side. Now Perron trying to lean his way to the net. Turns back to his forehand. Takes a look cross ice. He'll keep it on the left wing boards. Out of Fane. His shot into traffic. Knocked down by the Sabres before it gets to Neuvert. Left wing to center. Comes Buffalo with a tip in by Tori Mitchell. Schultz knocking it. To the circle. And into the backhand. And a save by Neuvert. The right pad out to make the stop. Richard from the point again. And Neuvert. He got a piece of that with his glove. And off the inboards. Now Stewart. As the Sabres on their own end for a spell here. Now finally get the puck out to center. And a bouncer back into the Edmonton zone. Center of the ice opens up for the Oilers. Wrong guy to have that for. And it's Nugent Hopkins for Everly, who drives a shot. That one stopped. The puck bounces in the air. Glove down ahead of Neuvert. And played up the boards near side by Delorier. Off the bench, Petrie misses the pass back to the point. And the Oilers send it back into their own zone. Down the boards near side. Now down the right wing. Stafford making his watch on Nugent Hopkins, who is down, gets back up again and lays it off. Over the far corner. Turning with it is Pouliot. Stafford stays with him. Arkarinen parking himself on the side of the net. Confidence down right to his legs. He's got the puck again here in the near corner. With his first NHL goal tonight. Lays it off for Draisaitl. Draisaitl looks back to the point, sees traffic, brings it in behind the Buffalo net. Teddy Purcell, far corner. Oilers, relentless pressure and puck possession of the Buffalo zone now as Petrie down in the corner behind the Sabres net. Delorier meets him with a check. Loose puck taken by Draisaitl. He turns. Purcell lays it off here at the near point. Oilers, Yakupov trying to shoot one from the near circle far side. Didn't miss by much. Herschel for Draisaitl down in the far corner. Now top of the circle far side. Buffalo need to get this puck out of their own zone. The fans are with them, and now they finally do get it out to center. And a much-needed change for the Buffalo Sabres as Yakupov has it at the Edmonton blue line. He's quickly to center. For Perron down the right wing in the Buffalo zone. Georges takes a look. Sees Perron coming. Georges trying to almost duck away from the check. Yakupov on the puck. He's knocked down. Pokes it to the corner. Perron watched by Georges still. 2.5 to go in the period. Arcabello for Yakupov on the boards. Sabres still can't get this puck back and skate it out of their own end. Shot from the point by Fane goes to the far side. Arcabello with it now. This is a storm, Rob, that the Sabres, I guess, just have to weather right now in a 1-1 game.
Well, they've got to be careful in that. I think they just made the last change there, so we should have 5 fresh guys on the ice.
Oilers to center. Joensuu off the right wing boards. Has the puck off right onto his stick. Centering attempt. Deflects behind the net down to the far boards. Matt Hendricks with it. Plays it to the near corner. Back to the line for Schultz. He'll go cross ice. Looking for Joensuu in front, and it bounces right back to Neuvert. And he will cover up.
Smart move by Josh Georges. Yeah. He picked that puck off, and he stopped, and he just laid it for Neuvert to cover because he knew they were in trouble, and they needed to slow this down a little bit. Now, we talk an awful lot about Hockey Fights Cancer, what the guys are doing, everybody involved. But take a look right there. See the pink ribbons on Neuvert's pads? And not only that, the players got a sticker on their helmet, and a lot of the players are wearing the Hockey Fights Cancer tape, either on their sticks or on their pads out here tonight, too.
Oilers in the far corner of the Buffalo zone. Eberle turned away from the check. Laid to the boards near side, right wing for Edmonton. He's tipped by Pouliot. Down to the corner for Nugent Hopkins. He's knocked down. Eberle now behind the Buffalo net. Comes out far circle. Tried to send it in front as Schultz jumped down into the play. And now the Sabres have a chance to tip it out to center. And into the Edmonton zone. Winston back after behind the net. Puck comes in front of Matt Molson right on the doorstep and all alone. Tight quarters had a chance. Victor Fast keeps it out. Keeps us tied at 1. Molson left wing ahead of the Edmonton blue line with a minute to go. Sends it in to the Oilers zone. The play it with Keaton up the boards. And now Perron just inside his own blue line. Sends a pass up the middle, and it's carried in by Arcabello over the Buffalo zone. Looking for Perron in the slot. He's tied up. Loose puck picked up by the Sabres. 40 seconds to go in the period. And Buffalo will bring it up to center ice with a pass ahead to Torrey Mitchell. Off the stick of Rasmus Ristolainen down here in the near corner. Keaton looking to clear. Off the bench, Myers. Here's a pass to the side of the net, and Tyler Ennis trying to go high short side up to Torrey Mitchell. Fed him a nice little pass to the front of the net. 15 seconds to go. Sabres on their own side of center. Georges rink line to the right wing with a pass. Driving the net is Myers. Pass just ahead of him. And Keaton with it, plays it to the near boards. 4 seconds to go. Georges pinching down along the boards. Lifts the puck towards the net, goes high in the air though, and Foss gives it a bit of a jump and just lets the puck go to the corner.
Well, the second half of this second period, Edmonton started taking this game over a little bit. They spent a long period of time in the Sabres zone. Something they got to prevent. They're lucky to be tied at 1 here going into the third period. They got to start working on a little offense. Start playing a little time in the Edmonton zone here in this third.
Well, Matt Olsen had the draw. He scores again his first goal, and then Mark Reed scores his first NHL goal. We're tied at 1 after 4
minutes, 23 seconds.
Really enough, 26 seconds in to period number 2. Number 26, Matt Molson scores his first goal of the season. Brian Giunta, Zemgus Girgensson setting it up. However, less than a minute later, buck 20 mark of the frame, Eero Akarainen from Fane and Herschel for Eero his first NHL goal, and thus the game was even at 1. Your Vein Treatment Center summary, visit them online at veinsveinsveins.com. Oilers had 2 power plays in this game but have shown nothing for it. Buffalo has yet to get in a position to get on the power play. So something we've talked about a few times this year, where that usually results in them just needing to get more traction, really, especially in the offensive zone, trying to draw Edmonton into it. You see Nick Delorier once again, a physical presence. red zone area is where the biggest discrepancy in that period came. They were real close, Buffalo and Edmonton, after the first. Now it's a 10-shot differential in and around the goal. And overall, the Oilers outshooting Buffalo 33-20 and resulting in a minus 19 Corsi for the Sabres through 2 periods of play. That number is really exposed or perhaps put into context as to how it came about by these numbers. The offensive zone time, and look at the possession within the zone. Clearly, when the Oilers are spending time in Buffalo zone, they're moving it around, they're getting good looks. It explains why they've got 33 shots on goal through 40 minutes. The Sabres, Brad, at only a minute and a half puck possession. They have to find a way to hold onto the puck, create more when they're in there.
No question about it. The other thing they have to do is not take lazy, bad penalties. And I think one of the calls on Mazzaros in that period was a weak call.
Yeah.
It was a battle for a puck, and it was a slashing penalty. You know, it broke his stick. I don't like that. I don't like that, for him going to the box. But they got to be penalty-free in the third.
Hockey Fights Cancer continues. Third period now. Dan and Rob, we'll see you again on the Lexus postgame report.
Sabres will go left to right in this third period, and as far as faceoffs go this night, we mentioned that it's not been the best night on the draws for Buffalo, albeit a 1-1 hockey game, so don't want to hang too much up on that. We do want to tip the cap to Cody McCormick, who's had himself a fine night in the faceoff circle at 71% so far, and that man, Matt Molson, feeling pretty good, as we mentioned, again in that first goal of the season. We're going to face it off again here in center. 5 seconds off the clock after they tried it the first time. Fired in and high off the white mesh. So a blazing pace, Razor, to start off this third period.
As you say, 34% after 2.
A blazing pace, Razor, to start off this third period.
As you say, 34% after 2 periods. Not good enough. And by losing that many face-offs, it goes back to the numbers Brian Duff just talked about. Puck possession in the offensive zone. Sabres only a minute and a half in that period. It's got to be a lot more. There's no way you're going to be successful unless you have control of the puck a lot longer than that, especially in the offensive zone. You're just chasing, and what it does,
1 hour, 17 minutes, 52 seconds,
all the energy
1
out of your
hour,
body.
54
When you're
minutes,
chasing, it
23
takes so much
seconds.
more energy
Current value,
than when you're standing around moving the puck.
4,672, minimum value 0, maximum
Now they're
value
going to face it off for a fourth time at center ice.
6,863.
When you're in the half in that period,
1 hour,
got to be a lot more.
1 hour,
There's no way you can
17,
zone.
1 hour,
Sabres only a minute and a half
1
in that
hour,
period.
image
Got to be a
magnified
lot
is
more.
finished
There's no way you
1
can be
hour,
successful
17 minutes,
unless
43 seconds,
you
1
have
hour,
control of the puck
54
a lot
minutes,
longer than
23
that,
seconds.
especially in the offensive zone. You're just chasing, and what it does, it just sucks all the energy out of your body, because when you're chasing, it takes so much more energy than when you're standing around moving the puck.
Now they're going to face it off for a fourth time at center ice. See if we get her going this time. Down the right wing into the Edmonton zone. Sabres on the puck. Zemgus Girgenssen's trying to cut to the net. Comes to the boards near side, and Edmonton now with Matt Hendricks. Championships here in the very recent past, and following up the play.
1 hour, 18 image magnified has finished loading. 1 hour, 18 minutes.
I know fans of Buffalo have seen the World Junior Hockey Championships here in the very recent past, and I'm sure they're hoping they come back here with everything going on in the city with hockey. But you go to the 09 World Juniors, and a lot of players in this game here tonight. Tyler Ennis, Cody Hodgson, Tyler Myers, Keith Ollie, Jordan Eberle, all represented Canada at the 09 Championships, and it was Cody Hodgson who scored twice for Canada in their 5-1 gold medal winning game against Team Sweden on that night. So you're seeing a lot of those players from these tournaments make their way to the National Hockey League, and it's, you know what, when these two teams are going to face off against one another, particularly the Oilers, they're just riddled with players from those tournaments.
Well, some of those guys, we're going to look at our Hyundai leader. The most goals from the 2008 NHL draft class. You see leading the way, Steven Stamkos, 241 goals. He was first overall that year. Jordan Eberle's involved in this game. Tyler Ennis is involved in this game. A lot of good young players.
Oilers now jumping on a turnover and a shot stop.
Jordan Eberle's involved in this game. Tyler Ennis is
1 hour,
involved in this
19
game.
minutes, 20 seconds of 1 hour, 54 minutes, 23 seconds.
Oilers now jumping on a turnover and a shot stopped by Neuberg. He's going to juggle and hold on to it. Perano's knocked down up the side of the net. Andre Mazzaros cleaning house beside his goalkeeper.
I think that is 6 whistles.
Yeah.
In a minute and 3 seconds. 8 face off of the period, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
No.
Don't apologize for that.
No, it's bad education system back home. 8th face-off of the period, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
No.
Don't apologize for that.
No, it's bad education system back home. No. 8th face-off of
1
the
hour
period, I'm
image
sorry.
magnify has finished loading. 1
It's
hour
not your fault.
19 minutes,
No.
49 seconds,
for
1
that.
hour
No, it's
54
bad
minutes,
education system
23
back home.
seconds. Current value
Sabres win this face-off, and Drew
4,789.
Stafford down the right wing is center.
Maximum
Puck taken
value
away.
6,863.
It's it back for Edmonton. Yakupov in a couple of games back without a single shot on net. Over Edmonton for a former first overall pick. The next 5 games, 581 shots on goal. I think you got the message.
Bad
1 hour.
education.
1 hour. 1 hour.
Oilers now jumping on a turnover.
A lot of good young players.
1 hour 19 minutes.
Oilers now jumping on a turnover.
1
A shot stopped by Neuvert. Stopped by Neuvert. He's going to juggle and hold on to it.
Chances to get out, but that's so we've got a whistle.
0% vertically squared.
Rizzo's cleaning house beside his goalkeeper.
There's Matthew Tkachuk. He has, as I said, been
6
very
whistles.
forceful in showing
In a minute and
Flames
3
coaches
seconds.
and management that he deserves to stay in the National Hockey League. He is a
Eighth
rough
face-off
and
of the
tumble
period, I'm
kid.
sorry.
Wherever he got that from.
It's not your fault.
You know, all of a sudden Arizona is becoming a hotbed for producing high-end hockey players.
It's been over 24 years since his dad Keith played his first game.
Taken away. Fourth
But that puck was
Yakupov.
gloved ahead. So we've got a whistle.
Yakupov in a couple of games back by Neuvert. He's going to
There's
juggle
Matthew
and hold on to
Tkachuk.
it.
He has, as I said,
He's knocked down on the
very
side.
1
forceful.
hour 19 minutes,
Showing
30 seconds.
Flames coaches and management that he deserves to stay in the National Hockey League. He is a rough and tumble kid. Wherever he got that from.
Maximum value.
You know, all of a sudden Arizona is becoming a hotbed for producing high-end hockey players.
It's been over 24 years since his dad Keith played his first game at home for him, and it's also against the Edmonton Oilers.
Sabres win this face-off, and Drew
He's working harder. You know, from watching him in
first overall pick.
Image
The next 5
1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, current value 4,830, minimum value 0, maximum value 6,863.
the puck outside the
1
Edmonton
hour,
blue line to
20
center.
minutes, 31 seconds, and 1 hour,
Jarvis, Keith
54
Ollie, Chris
minutes,
Stewart squared off
23
with a tilt
seconds.
earlier. There's a shot by Quinton McCormick. Deflects right on goal, and Fost with the save. Bouncing puck kept it at the line. Ellis now driving towards the net. Nathan Larson with the quick step that time. It looked like Tyler Ennis, the way Larson had a real good hop on his step there. We got a penalty coming up on the play.
Yeah, it's going to be a holding call. Whoever they decide to get to the box.
Yeah, it'll be a Buffalo power play. We know that much.
Yeah. Yeah, Keith Ollie's going for holding. And just some good work by the Sabres. Down low, working the puck. See, 22, Ollie, he's the one going to get the penalty here. But there also could have been a penalty over on the far side here on Cody McCormick.
Penalty time.
1 hour.
It looked like Tyler Ennis, the way Larson had a real good hop on his step
1
there.
hour,
We got a
20
penalty coming
minutes,
up on the play.
55 seconds, of 1 hour, 54 minutes, 23
Yeah, it's going to be a holding call. Whoever they decide to get to the box.
Yeah, it'll be a Buffalo power play. We know that much.
Yeah. Yeah, Keith Ollie's going for holding. And just some good work by the Sabres. Down low, working the puck.
1 hour.
Yeah, Keith Ollie's going for holding.
Power play. We know that much.
Yeah.
One hours 20.
Yeah, Keith Ollie's going for good work.
1 hour.
Sabres down low, working the puck.
1 hour 21
22,
minutes,
Ollie,
20
he's the one
seconds,
going to
1
get the
hour,
penalty
54
here.
minutes, 23
There also could have been a
seconds.
penalty over on the far side here on Cody McCormick. Again, grabs onto him, throws him down.
Buffalo sent back behind their net. This Buffalo Sabres power play brought to you by New Wave Energy, your local energy supplier, and the power behind the Buffalo Sabres. Tyler Myers down the right wing. Into the Edmonton zone. Far side, Matt Molson against the boards. Trying to dig the puck free. 20 to center.
1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 22 minutes, 51 seconds, and 1 hour,
35 seconds to go on the man advantage. As he tries to keep the point moving, goes back to retrieve it. Myers with the puck at the point now for Molson. Stafford side of the net. Ennis back to Stafford. Back to Ennis in the far corner. Nobody at that point. Ennis is going to have to skate back after it along with Tyler Myers. Buffalo league changes. The power play with 43 seconds left. 35 seconds to go on the man advantage. Sabres with a shooting this time. Behind the net, Frost. Got a forehand, then goes backhand. Plays it to the far point. Sabres, wrist the line, and the near side. Shoots it right on net, and Stewart on the doorstep with a tip, but it's kept out. Near corner. Jurgensen's trying to play it behind the net. Comes back to the point. Wrist the line, goes cross ice, kept in. There's a shot tipped again by Stewart. Jurgensen's near corner. Brings it up the right wing boards. Here, shot stopped by Neuvert. He's going to juggle and hold on to it.
Coming back on the ice.
Toronto's knocked down at the side of the net.
One of the reasons that the Edmonton Oilers liked Chris Russell and brought him in as a free agent signing is because he does stuff like this. He is a terrific puck retrieval defenseman. Gets his head turned before he even gets the puck. He knows where he wants to go. Makes a quick turn, escapes 2 forecheckers, and bang, the Oilers are out of their zone. Something they desperately need is defensemen who can get the puck going north.
2 assists in that game on Wednesday. Yoki
north. The Oilers liked Chris Russell and brought him in as a free agent signing because he does stuff like this. He is a terrific puck retrieval defenseman. Gets his head turned before he even gets the puck. He knows where he wants to go.
YouTube video player 3.
As Peralta's knocked down at the side of the net.
Good young players.
Oilers now jumping on a turnover and a shot stopped by Neuvert. He's going to juggle and hold on to it. As Peralta's knocked down at the side of the net. Andre Mazzaro's cleaning house beside his goalkeeper.
I think that is 6 whistles.
Yeah.
In 1 minute and 3 seconds. 8 face off of the period. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
No.
I don't apologize for that.
No, it's bad dedication system back home. 8 face off of the period. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
No.
I don't apologize for that.
No, it's bad dedication system back home.
Sabres win this face-off, and Drew Stafford down the right wing to center. There's a puck taken away. And Yakupov, the supplier, and the power behind the Buffalo Sabres.
1 hours 21 minutes. 1 hours 23 minutes 50.
There's the puck behind the net. Bianta.
Image magnified has finished loading. 0% vertically scrolled.
And now the Oilers Hendricks with a backhander that does eventually see the puck roll outside the blue line is Lloyd Gordon. Left to squirt that puck outside his own. Sabres sent back into their own end of the ice. 15:22 to go. Third period. We are tied at 1. Sabres back at it tomorrow night against the Pittsburgh Penguins, and we'll have that game for you as those 2 teams meet for consecutive Saturday affairs.
The Sabres having difficulty here on the power play. Reason why. You got Drew Stafford. Look right here. Making plays with Ennis.
One of the reasons that the Edmonton Oilers liked Chris Russell
in the middle of your screen
and brought him in as a free agent signing is because he does stuff like this. He is a terrific puck retrieval defenseman. Gets his head turned before he even gets the puck. He knows where he wants to go. Makes a quick turn, escapes 2 forecheckers, and bang, the Oilers are out of their zone. Something they desperately need is defensemen who can get the puck going north. Or he does stuff like this. He is a terrific puck retrieval defenseman. Gets his head turned before he even gets the puck. He knows where he wants to go. Makes a quick turn, escapes 2 forecheckers, and bang, the Oilers are out of their zone. Something they desperately need is defensemen who can get the puck going north.
2 assists in that game on Wednesday. Yoki Baka, wrist shot, glove save. Sean Monahan gets his first goal of the season.
By Petrie. And now the Oilers zone. Jurgen, all about Phil. Raiders. They change across the stick with Wilson and the ball to the second. And now the back
on the point.
Back to the zone. Sabres changing with the puck in center ice. Mitchell touching it back. Edmonton calling for too many men on the ice. Here's Mitchell now into the Oilers zone. Right wing circle. Plays it back to the line for Myers. Back to Torrey Mitchell. Into the slot. Backhand shot by Stewart is stopped by Foss. He bobbled it slightly, but a sneaky little shot there by Chris Stewart. Pays off. Buffalo Sabres have launched a free mobile app. It allows you to earn points and redeem them for Sabres merchandise, tickets, and experiences. Enter tonight's keyword, Hockey Fights Cancer, to earn 10 points. For more information, visit sabres.com/fan advantage. Face off to the left of Victor Fox. Tickets and experiences. Enter tonight's keyword, Hockey Fights Cancer, to earn 10 points. For more information, visit sabres.com/fan advantage. Face off to the left of Victor Foss. Buffalo with 24 shots directed at him in a 1-1 game. In the touched a free to the line for Myers. Back to Torrey Mitchell. Backhand shot by Stewart is stopped by Foss. He bobbled it slightly, and the Oilers are very fortunate. Look how he sacrificed himself year after year to Calgary.
We'll see how hard he competes. He had a heck of a game. 2 points, +3, and usual gritty self.
By Foss, he bobbled it. Advantage. The slot Mears takes his man out of the play, but that allows everybody down to that point in the Buffalo zone. Passing the slot, Nugent Hopkins with a shot. And that deflects high into the mesh behind the Buffalo goal. Ryan Nugent Hopkins thinks, I had a chance.
Well, 2 good back checks. Tyler Myers and Chris Stewart. Chris Stewart's the one that makes the original shot down low. And right here, you see him get on his horse, come back. There's 57 Myers. Buries his head all the way back and dives at the last second just to knock this puck from Nugent Hopkins. But a great job by Tyler Myers getting the numbers, makes the original shot down low. And right here, you see him get on his horse, come back. There's 57 Myers. Buries his head all the way back and dives at the last second just to knock this puck from Nugent Hopkins. But a great job by Tyler Myers getting back to help out.
Right saddle in the Buffalo. Nugent Hopkins with it out of the play, but that allows everybody down to that point in the Buffalo zone. Passing the slot, Nugent Hopkins with a shot. And that deflects high into the mesh behind the Buffalo goal. Ryan Nugent Hopkins thinks, I had a chance there.
Well, 2 good back checks. Tyler Myers and Chris Stewart. Chris Stewart's the one that makes the original shot down low. And right here, you see him get on his horse, come back. There's 57 Myers. Buries his head all the way back and dives at the last second just to knock this puck from Nugent Hopkins. But a great job. You see him get on his horse, come back. There's 57 Myers. Buries his head all the way back and dives at the last second just to knock this puck from Nugent Hopkins. But a great job by Tyler Myers getting back to help out.
Right saddle in the Buffalo zone.
You see him get on his horse, come back. There's 57 Myers. Buries his head all the way back and dives at the last second just to knock this puck from Nugent Hopkins. But a great job by Tyler Myers getting back to help out.
Right saddle in the Buffalo zone from the far corner, trying to lead his way in front. Almost got there as well as Nugent Hopkins ran out of the play, but that allows everybody down to that wing in the Buffalo zone. Passing the slot, Nugent Hopkins with a shot. And that deflects high into the mesh behind the Buffalo goal. Ryan Nugent Hopkins thinks, I had a chance there.
Well, 2 good back checks. Tyler Myers and Chris Stewart. Chris Stewart's the one that makes the original shot down low. And right here, you see him get on his horse, come back. There's 57 Myers. Buries his head all the way back and dives at the last second just to knock this puck from Nugent Hopkins. But a great job by Tyler Myers getting back to help out.
Right saddle in the Buffalo.
And Chris Stewart. Chris Stewart's the one that makes the original shot down low. And right here, you see him get on his horse, come back. There's 57 Myers. Buries his head all the way back and dives at the last second just to knock this puck from Nugent Hopkins. But a great job by Tyler Myers getting back to help out.
Right saddle in the Buffalo zone from the far corner, trying to lead his way in front. Almost got there as well as Parker Eden was there looking for the puck at the side of the net. He was tied up. The Sabres will clear it now on the ice. Ryan waves it off. No icing. Schultz behind the net, just sidesteps a check. And the Oilers can't clear. DeLorean, he just missed with the first hit. Out there now, 2 deep on the line. Drifts right, score! 2 deep on the forecheck. The Oilers are going for the steal at the Sabres blue line, and now it's Drew Stafford over to the Nugent takes his man out of the play, but that allows Everly down the left wing in the Buffalo zone, passing the slot like a Nugent Hopkins with a shot. And that deflects high into the man behind the Buffalo goal. Ryan Nugent Hopkins thinks he had a chance, right?
And the shot, good bad chance. Tyler Meyer,
Awareness. You have to know what Connor turns on the Jets.
Chris Stewart.
And the Oilers finally get
the
going.
makes the original shot. Down low.
0%
And right here, you see him get out of the
Awareness.
come back.
You have to know when Connor McDavid is on the ice, and there's that blazing speed.
Dives at the last second.
And the
Just to knock
shot
this
clock
puck from Nugent Hopkins.
led to that
What a
opportunity
great
by
job
McDavid.
by Tyler Meyer getting back to help
And
out.
Jordan Everly quickly recognized McDavid was away.
Lean his way in front, almost got there
Similar
as well.
to the penalty shot
Green was there looking for the
in Edmonton on Wednesday, although that went to the forehand. But when he goes to the backhand, he's able to elevate that just over the pad of Brian Elliott. And not many people can do that at speed. And that is perfectly placed about 18 inches off the ice.
Dives at the last second just to knock this puck from Nugent Hopkins.
NHL.
But a great job
NHL
by Tyler Myers
2014.
getting back to help out from Nugent.
Buffalo Sabres.
Right saddle in the Buffalo zone from the far corner, trying to lead his way in front.
Takes a little stutter step to the side.
His third of the year, 2-1 Buffalo. So Drew Stafford, his third of the year, 2-1 Buffalo. Welcome back, 2-1 Buffalo. Drew Stafford's third of the year here in the third period. With 13:07 to go. This play is under review.
Yeah, it was under review during the timeout, but the referee is ready to make the call. The faceoff's going to be in the corner. It's not going to be a goal, but you see Neuberg, as soon as he makes the save, pushed instantly into the net.
Well, the microphone's not working, but it's no goal, and the faceoff will be to the left of Michael Neuvert. As fans here in the stadium hold up their placards, and it's been a very special night here in Buffalo. And off the faceoff, the Buffalo Sabres see if they can't add to this lead. How about Myers? Another rush right up the middle, and Fost will glove and hold on with Myers driving the net, looking for his own little rebound. I mentioned fans are holding up their placards, and we've showed some members of our crew holding up their signs as well. Brian Duff, Brad May, who it is they're fighting for. And the ECMC Hockey Fights Cancer Night. Rob Ray between the benches, and yours truly as well. And what a well-handled night, not only by the Buffalo Sabres, but as we the ECMC Hockey Fights Cancer Night.
Explorer dialog.
Rob Ray
Image
between the
magnify
benches.
has finished loading. 0%
And yours
vertically
truly
scroll.
as well. And what a well-handled night, not only by the Buffalo Sabres, but as we visited rinks around the National Hockey League, the league as a whole, and all the teams have done a fabulous. They're holding up the lead. How about Myers? Another rush right up the middle, and Fost will glove and hold on with Myers driving the net, looking for his own little rebound. I mentioned fans are holding up their placards, and we've showed some members of our crew holding up their signs as well. Brian Duff, Brad May, who it is they're fighting for. And the ECMC Hockey Fights Cancer Night. Rob Ray between the benches, and yours truly as well. Signs as well.
Image
Brian Duff,
magnified
Brad
is
May,
finished
who it
loading.
is they're fighting for. And the ECMC Hockey Fights Cancer Night. Rob Ray between the benches, and yours truly as well. And what a well-handled night, not only by the Buffalo Sabres, but as we visited Myers driving the net, looking for his own
Image
little
magnify
rebound.
has finished loading.
I mentioned in Buffalo, and off the face-off, the Buffalo Sabres see if they can't add to this lead. How about Myers? Another rush right up the middle, and Fost will glove and hold on with Myers driving the net, looking for his own little rebound. I mentioned fans are holding up their placards, and we've showed some members of our crew holding up their signs as well. Brian Duff, Brad May, who it is they're fighting for. And the ECMC Hockey Fights Cancer Night. Rob Ray between the benches, and yours truly as well. Only all the teams have done it. Play with Mitchell ahead now to Ennis. Over to the Edmonton line. He stripped of the puck and keeps on. He flips it. Yoensu gets it outside the Edmonton zone to center, and it seems like it's Buffalo's turn now, and a good time of the game here to keep puck possession away from the Oilers. Stewart on the near boards. Turns to face the goal, sends it behind the net. Torrey Mitchell comes to meet the pass. Mitchell in behind the net is Ennis over in the far corner. Tried to play it back to him. Mitchell knocked down to the ice before he got to the puck. Ennis is on it, in behind the Edmonton net. Ennis spins away from the check of Mark Fane. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins coming back to help out. Banks it off the boards. Matt Hendricks. They look for Nugent-Hopkins. He's got some speed now. Takes the shot. Save made by Neuberg. The rebound. Stewart coming back to clean up the garbage in front of the net. Brings it to center. Can't tip it into the Edmonton zone. Ennis goes for the hit on Eberle and misses. Pouliot with the drop. Nugent-Hopkins with Eberle. Trailing on the play. Oilers in behind the Buffalo net now. Georges knocked down. He gets back up. Pouliot racing after it against Myers. Myers stays on the hip with Pouliot with a couple of knocks. Sabres get it to the line and out. 11.5 to go. 2-1 Buffalo. Here in the third period. Tony McCormick comes up with the puck. Ahead to Flynn. He'll take a hit and lift it into the Edmonton zone. Larson in behind the net. Tony McCormick down in the far corner. Larson continues to battle for the puck. He comes up with it. In behind the Edmonton goal. Larson centers in front. Cody McCormick can't get the backhand away. And Pouliot turns for Edmonton. The Oilers will bring it out. This is Marincin in over the Buffalo line. Trying a little drag between the legs. Working on Benoit. Over comes McCormick for a hit. Puck bounces to the side of the Buffalo net. Now behind the cage to the near corner. Back to Petrie at the near point. His shot looking for the deflection in front from Parker Eden. And the puck comes to the far boards. And then at the whistle, 25. The Keaton is hit against the boards, and the linesman jumps in to make sure nothing else comes of that.
And the Keaton hit right at the whistle, or just a hair after. His back's turned. Larson comes across. He just takes it from the backside, and down he goes. Almost thought there might have been a penalty, but check this out. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins moving this puck up the ice, and he ends up getting it back and taking the shot. Well, his feet were still moving. Very difficult thing to do and very difficult for the goaltender to track because you usually plant your feet before you take the shot. And some guys keep their feet going while they shoot. Very difficult to know when it's going to do. Getting it back and taking the shot, moving this puck up the ice. Larson comes across and just takes it from the backside and down he goes. Almost thought there might have been a penalty, but check this out. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins moving this puck up the ice. And he ends up getting it back and taking the shot. Well, his feet were still moving. Very difficult thing to do and very difficult for the goaltender to track because you usually plant your feet before you take the shot. And some guys keep their feet going while they shoot. Very difficult to know when it's going to be released.
That was the thing about Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. When he entered the draft, he knew he had speed, but Rob, he's one of these guys, it doesn't look like it takes much and he's at full speed. Oilers now at center. Petrie with a backhand into the Buffalo zone, all the way to the far side. Yakupov tried to backhand himself around coverage and cut to the net. Couldn't handle the puck, and the Sabres cleared on the boards. Near side, but not out. Kept in and sent behind the Buffalo net. Cody Hudson ahead to Stafford. Stafford forced back by the Keaton. Kept it at the line. Arcabello sends it down to the corner. Leaving the Buffalo zone here on the near side. The Sabres doing the work defensively as Yakupov tries to walk free of the coverage.
Still moving. Very difficult thing to do. Larson
lines back for a hit. Puck bounces to the side of the Buffalo net. Now behind the cage to the near corner. Back to Petrie at the near point. His shot looking for the deflection in front from Parker Eden. And the puck goes to the boards, and then at the whistle,
Chris Russell.
Keaton is hit against the boards, and the linesman jumps in to make sure nothing else comes of that.
Look at the Keaton hit a challenge. The whistle, or just a hair after. Back's turned. Larson comes across.
In to make sure nothing else comes of that.
0% vertically scroll.
At the whistle, or just a hair after. Back's turned. Larson comes across. He just takes it from the backside, and down he goes. Almost thought there might have been a penalty, but check this out. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins moving this puck up the ice, and he ends up getting it back and taking the shot. Well, his feet were still moving. Very difficult thing to do and very difficult for the goaltender to track. Because
what time are you going to bed?
After
we're done the game.
Feet going while they shoot. Very difficult. It comes across, he just takes it from the backside, and down he goes. Almost thought there might have been a penalty. Check this out. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins moving this puck up the ice. And he ends up getting it back and taking the shot. Well, his feet were still moving. Very difficult thing to do and very difficult for the goaltender to track because you usually plant your feet before you take the shot. And some guys keep their feet going while they shoot. Very difficult to know when it's going to be. Very comes.
Keaton is hit against the boards, and the linesman jumps in to make sure nothing else comes of that.
And the Keaton hit great at the whistle, or just a hair after. His back's turned. Larson comes across and just takes it from the backside, and down he goes. Almost thought there might have been a penalty, but check on at the whistle, or just a hair after. His back's turned. Larson comes across and just takes it from the backside, and down he goes. Almost thought there might have been a penalty, but check this out. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins moving this puck up the ice, and he ends up getting it back and taking the shot. Well, his feet were still moving. Very difficult thing to do and very difficult for the goaltender to track because you usually plant your feet before you take the shot. And some guys keep their feet going. Well, his feet were still moving. Very difficult thing to do and very difficult for the goaltender to track because you usually plant your feet before you take the shot. And some guys keep their feet going while they shoot. Very difficult to know when it's going to be released. Black comes across.
In to make sure nothing else comes of that.
Magnify his finished loading. 0% vertically scroll.
At the whistle, or just a hair after. Back's turned. Larson comes across and just takes it from the backside, and down he goes. Almost thought there might have been a penalty, but check this out. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins moving this puck up the ice, and he ends up getting it back and taking the shot. Well, his feet were still moving. Very difficult thing to do and very difficult for the goaltender to track because you usually plant your feet before you take the shot. And some guys keep their feet going while they shoot. Very difficult to know when it's going to be released.
That was the thing about Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. When he entered the draft, he knew he had speed, but Rob, he's one of these guys, it doesn't look like it takes much and he's at full speed. Oilers now at center. Petrie with a backhand into the Buffalo zone, all the way to the far side.
Oilers at the Sabres.
That backhand himself around coverage and cut to the net. Couldn't handle the puck of the Sabres. Cleared on the boards. Near side, but not out. Kept in and sent behind the Buffalo net. Cody Hudson ahead to Stafford. And it's lifted to center ice by Stafford. The puck rolls all the way down into the fifth round pitch back in 04. As the St. Louis Blues will go to the bench now. Jordan Eberle for Edmonton, kept to the outside. In the Buffalo zone, played it back to the point. Sabres get it back again. Georges won't be able to catch up to the pass here on the near side. Eberle back to the line, and a hard shot one-timer by Pouliot goes wide. 1:25 to go in the third. Oilers. Full check down low, centered in front, and a bouncing puck. Nugent-Hopkins can't get to it before it's smothered by Michael Neuvert. Michael Neuvert doing the dirty work down low, protecting a 2-1 lead here in the third. Hendricks is part of what they call the wagon line in Edmonton. How about this? That wagon's going nowhere. Our Garuba collision of the game. Nikita Zadorov heads him off at the pass. And that's as far as you go in that moment. Make the right decision. Insist on Garuba Collision, the official collision repair centers of the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah, once again, Nikita Zadorov having a nice night out here. He's moving the puck very well. He's getting up in the play. Made a couple mistakes. It's going to happen, but still continuing to be physical.
10 minutes and 36 seconds worth of ice time for Nikita Zadorov at this point as Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with Purcell trying to get the puck to the side of the Buffalo net. Left the line, it's kept in by Schultz. And the circle, Pouliot trying to send it down to the corner, looking for Nugent-Hopkins. Now Purcell comes up with it in behind the net. It's a nice move, centers in front, and the shot goes off the end runs. Pouliot knocked down as he gets to that puck. Zengus Girgenson's bothering him. Now Molson on the far board, slips it ahead. Giantet center. Has the puck followed a little bit, and then it settles in behind him, and the Oilers. Purcell gets it back again. Fired wide, and up over the chance to bring it out here on the right wing side. Giantet. Won't catch up to this one. Edmonton working their way down the left wing boards as Perron gains the zone. Yakupov in behind the net. Now Perron at the side of the goal. Backhands one across the face of the goal. Acapello scores! As July gains the zone.
Magnifying
Yakupov
images.
in behind the net. Now Perron at the side of the left wing boards as July gains the zone.
0%
in behind the net.
score.
Now Perron at the side of the goal. Backhands one across the face of the goal. Arcabello fired wide and up over the chance.
In the
Submit at it near
body, and when he does it, not do. Goal goes.
Sabres come close with
Shots to this point.
the game in Boston last night. Fought back to tie. Drags his shot round the defenseman and right on. Neuvert will glove and hold on. Edmonton now up to 40, maybe 41. We'll say 40 shots on net for now.
Neuvert has been very good once again.
50 shots.
And you're right, it's at 41 shots at this point with 7:38 left in this third period. So you got to take that number. Number is just going to climb. And this is the most they've given up in a lot. And you're right, it's at 41 shots at this point with 7:38.
40 shots on net for now.
Image magnifying his finished look.
Neuvert has been very good once again. And you're right, it's at 41 shots at this point with 7:38 left in this third period. So you got to take that number. Number is just going to climb. And this is the most they've given up in a long time.
Well, they started to take care of business in that category for a while, but the Edmonton Oilers again coming off the game in Boston last night. They fought back to tie up this game at 2.
Yeah, like to say back to back. They catch up with them.
I
But
think
when your average age is about 12 on your hockey team, I don't think it really makes that much of a difference.
well, and listen, I know the travel's different from east to west and what have you. They have 11 back-to-backs this year. And the Buffalo Sabres, I think the number's 19 back-to-backs this year. So you're right, not really an excuse for the Edmonton Oilers. They will continue on to New York to face the Rangers. They'll get a day off in New York. I'm sure they won't appreciate that much at all. I think the number's 19 back-to-backs this year. So you're right, not really an excuse for the Edmonton Oilers. They will continue on to New York to face the Rangers. They'll get a day off in New York. I'm sure they won't appreciate that much at all. And Brian Flynn now from inside the Sabres zone. Right wing to center. Into the mesh. And the faceoff though will stay in the Edmonton zone. Benoit with that shot.
Yeah, Yakupov comes out. Does the two-pad stack.
That's
Deflected right off the top of his pads up over the glass. He got up, he was pretty happy with himself. I don't know if he's ever done that before, maybe.
face off to the right of Foss. Cody Hodgson trying to go straight ahead with that one. It's in behind the Edmonton net. Matt Hendricks now just lifting one ahead for Uensu. Bouncing puck, just trying to golf at that one, get it on goal. He missed. Now Stafford will bring it back for Buffalo. 3-on-2 for Buffalo. Delorier with a shot down the left wing, and that one is stopped by Victor Foss. All right, let's head back to our New York State Smokers Quitline trivia question. We asked you earlier tonight, which NHL team allowed the most shorthanded goals in the league last season? The number is 13, and that team is
the Edmonton Oilers. They allowed 13 shorthanded goals, most in the NHL. This season, they've allowed 2, and they're 20-handed goals.
All right, let's head back to our New York State Smokers Quitline trivia question. We asked you earlier tonight, which NHL team allowed the most shorthanded goals in the league last season? The number is 13, and that team is
the Edmonton Oilers. They allowed 13 shorthanded goals, most in the NHL. This season, they've allowed 2, and they're 25th in the NHL.
Now, I did some homework to try to find out Pittsburgh, Minnesota, Amherst to the bank. All three have had 22 scored against them in one season as Neuvert gloves down a shot. Pittsburgh in 80-45, Minnesota 91-92, and Colorado 95-96. I do stand to be corrected, but that's the work I did. Figure that one out for you. Face-off will be in the Buffalo zone.
Well, it's good to see you have nothing better to do during the day.
No. Just a computer and a lot of free time, Rob.
There's a workout facility in the building, man.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
I have many times.
Well, it's good to see you.
For you. Face-off will be in the Buffalo zone.
Well, it's good to see you have nothing better to do during the day.
No. Just a computer and a lot of free time, Rob.
There's a workout facility in the building, Dan.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
And many times. Trainer.
Image magnified is finished loading.
During the day.
No. Just a computer and a lot of free time, Rob.
There's a workout facility in the building, Dan.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
And many times. Trainer by the name of Brad. He didn't show up for my training session today, though. I had to do it on my own. He should be suspended for that, Rob. Everly on the far boards in the Buffalo zone. From the right wing corner, in behind the net, Nugent Hopkins. Josh Georges again. All he had to do is reach in with that stick to break up the play. And the Sabres send the puck down the ice. Heinzman with the arm up in the air for an icing call. Shots are 9-8 Edmonton in this period. Experience sports performance at Impact Sports at Harbor Center. Impact provides fitness and nutrition evaluations as well as group and individual fitness sessions for all athletes of all ages and sport. Go to harborcenter.com/impact to schedule your training sessions today. There you go, Brad May. Head over there for the next workout. Is a shot by Arcabello from the near boards is easily handled by Michael Neuver. 3 straight games a goal for Michael Neuver. And a busy night tonight.
Yeah, I'd have to think back-to-back games here. Pittsburgh in town for tomorrow's game. Jonas Enroth probably getting the call, you would think, after this number of shots.
Sabres able to clear it outside the zone off the draw. Oilers send it right back in. Tyler Myers with Pouliot watching him. Pass off to the right, now to center. Flynn off the heel of his stick, but following up. Larson will shoot it in. McCormick is down low with him. Larson on the far boards. Nugent Hopkins pokes it free. Everly plays it back to Keith Ollie, who flips it up to center ice. This is Pouliot now with the Buffalo line. Takes a shot and a quick pad by Neuver. Kicked it here to the boards near side. Oilers stay on the puck. Everly looking to cut in. Tied up in the slot by McCormick. Sends it back to the line. A shot well wide of the net. And the Oilers sent back into the own zone. And another icing call coming up against the Sabres.
Well, there's always great milestones. And one tonight, Brett Harrison, assistant equipment manager for the Edmonton Oilers, doing his 1,000th program. That man right there. And I'll tell you, equipment guys, they do an awful lot for the players. They are the ones that they go to, and they complain, and they want things. And there's Mr. Williams right there, the Sabres head equipment guy. And I'll tell you, they go through right there. And I'll tell you, equipment guys, a guy in the dressing room that knows more about most of the players. He knows all the ins and outs, what makes them tick. And he's got the most responsibility out of anybody.
Perron plays it back to the point for Petrie. Petrie shot deflects right on, and Neuver stayed with it again to make a save. In behind the net now, McCormick ahead. Ristolainen trying to poke it out of the zone, and he does. Larson ahead for Flynn at the Edmonton line where he stopped. Sabres changing, so they're careful as to who touches the puck. And get yourself off the ice. It's shot in now by Cody Hodgson over the far boards. DeLorean. Hodgson comes to meet the play in the far corner. Bouncing puck to the line, and Mazeros just does a fine job to knock it down with his glove and keep the play ahead of him. Hodgson in over the line, trying to backhand it down to the corner, knocked down by McKeaton. And Edmonton will lift it out to center ice here to the near boards of the Buffalo zone. Banked off the boards, but not out. Hendricks keeps it in the slot. Looking for Purcell, back going to the post, and going to the net. Boyd Gordon puts the Edmonton Oilers up 3-2 with 4:15 to go in the third. Down by McKeaton. And Edmonton will lift it out to center ice with his glove and keep the play ahead of him.
Image magnifying is finished loading.
Hodgson in over the line, trying to backhand it down to the corner, knocked down by McKeaton. And Edmonton will lift it out to center ice here to the near boards of the Buffalo zone. Banked off the boards, but not out. Hendricks keeps it in the slow. The shot save. Near circle of the Buffalo zone. He takes the push. Tonight, the boards. And Oilers.
Excellent Gordon job.
The lead just landed. The shot fires that one and deflects up off the white mesh. And we get a timeout on the ice. Boyd Gordon's second of the year, 49th of his career. And the Oilers lead at 3-2. Oilers Edmonton, 47 shots today. Eero Parkkarinen, big night for him. He's got his first NHL goal, but not on this play. It's Arturo. Big save as the pad comes across. Mike Lenoivert stays with the play as the Oilers love to drive the net. And Parkkarinen already had his first NHL goal before he went to the net there with the confidence. Toyota Big Save brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Face off the Buffalo zone and off the draw. Yakupov with a shot that deflects harmlessly off the inboards, and Buffalo with a chance to move it out to center. The Oilers on it. Head to Arcadillo, he tips it in the Buffalo zone. Far corner, played up the boards. Wilson waiting for it. The goal tonight. Rink wide pass, taken by Ristolainen. He's over the Edmonton line, takes a shot. Pad save, kick to the far boards. Perron coming back for Edmonton. Brown will leave it behind the net. The Oilers will try it on the right side. Now back rink wide. Left wing. Perron takes the pass. Mickey Yakupov with the drop for Perron. And from the circle takes the shot. Save made by Neuvert. And Edmonton will make some changes as Perron goes to the bench. Nugent Hopkins keeps it in. Feeds a nice little pass in the slot. There's a backhand by Eberle as he drove to the pass and then able to get the backhand away at the near post. Pouliot knocked down. Eberle plays it back to the point. Petrie winds it. Fires a shot. Pad save kicked out. And the Sabres will bring it out to center. Right wing. Gianta takes a look as he lifts one right on the Edmonton goal. Foss keeps the play moving. Petrie has a puck hop over his stick. Pouliot back to Petrie. Sabres trying to step up the forecheck here. The Oilers find a way out of it. Puck sent down the ice. No icing on the play. And Georges with 2:18 to go from behind his own net. For Myers, right wing. Shy of center, tips it ahead. McCormick never did get a touch on it. Racing after it, a big hit down low. The Edmonton zone. Brian Finner's got the puck now. Plays it to the far corner. Georges trying to play it back behind the net. Larson down low for the Sabres. Oilers come up with it. And three of them will come to center. Three Sabres are back. And with the line change, that stays at three. Shot is fired wide the Buffalo net. Jesse Ulensi is behind the Sabres goal. Turns to his forehand. Far circle. Walks out. Takes the shot. Save made by Neuvert. And then boxing out Cody McCormick right in front of the net as Matt Hendricks is looking for a loose puck.
It's Miller time. Brought to you by Miller Lite. And tonight's Miller time moment is when all the fans in the building were holding up their placards saying who they were fighting for in Hockey Fights Cancer. And it's a very special thing to see.
From nights like tonight and around professional sports, when you see that, we're all in that battle together. And yes, a great night here in Buffalo. Sabres trailing by a score of 3-2, 1:38 to go. And the Oilers trying to hit Buffalo early. Cody Hodgson from behind the net on his backhand sends a puck up through the middle of the ice. That takes a deflection. So no icing on the play. Exploration in behind the net, followed by Drew Stafford. Puck comes out in front, and a shot goes high to the near corner. Voss might have got a piece of that one. Oh, Yakupov. Ball along with Schultz. Goaltender for the Sabres now. Neuvert has gone to the bench for the extra attacker. Sabres on it down to the near corner with the extra skater Delorier behind the net. Drew Stafford looks back to the point. Now up top of the zone. Ristolainen sends it back to Stafford, and his shot goes off the leg with the goaltender out. Edmonton now making changes. Ristolainen down the right wing over the Edmonton line. Fan on the first shot. Stays with it. Sends it in front. Just missing it was Cody Hodgson. Shot from the far side, and that one comes to the boards up here at the right point. Ristolainen. 46 seconds to go in the third period. Edmonton on the top of the net. And the Oilers sent back into their own zone. And another icing call coming up against the Sabres.
Well, there's always great milestones. And one tonight, Brett Harrison, assistant equipment manager for the Edmonton Oilers, doing his 1,000th pro game. That man right there. And I'll tell you, equipment guys, they do an awful lot for the players. They're the ones that they go to, and they complain, and they want things. And there's Mr. Williams right there, the Sabres head equipment guy. I'll tell you, they go through an awful lot, and there's probably a guy in the dressing room that knows more about most of the players. He knows all the ins and outs, what makes them tick, and he's got the most responsibility out of anybody.
Perron plays it back to the point for Petrie. Petrie shot deflects right on, and Neuvert stayed with it again to make a save. In behind the net now, McCormick ahead. There is Ristolainen. Flips it up to center ice. Yeah, now with the Buffalo line takes a shot at a quick pass by Norbert. Kicked it here to the boards near side. From the line.
Great milestones.
Team call coming up against the Sabres.
Well, there's always great
Another icing call coming up.
Tonight, Brett Harrison, assistant equipment manager for the Edmonton Oilers, doing his 1,000th pro game. That man right there, and I'll tell you, equipment guys, they do an awful lot for the players. They are the ones that they go to, and they complain, and they want things. And there's Mr. Williams right there, the Sabres head equipment guy. And I'll tell you, they go through an awful lot, and he's probably the guy in the dressing room that knows more about most of the players. He knows all the ins and outs, what makes them tick, and he's got the most responsibility out of anybody.
Perron plays it back to the point for Petrie. Petrie shot deflects right on, and Neubert stayed with it again to make a save. In behind the net now, McCormick ahead. Ristolainen trying to poke it out towards the net, goes high in the air, and the goal scorer turns in a bit of a jump, and just lets the puck go to the corner.
Well, the second half of this second period, Edmonton started taking this game over a little bit. They spent a long period of time in the Sabres zone, something they got to prevent. They're lucky to be tied at 1 here going into the third period. They got to start working on a little offense, start playing a little time in the Edmonton zone here in this third.
Well, Matt Molson ends a drought. He scores the game's first goal, and then Parker Eden scores his first NHL goal. We're tied at 1 after 4.
Really enough, 26 seconds in for the Minnesota. Hero his first NHL goal, and thus the game. So them just need it. They got 20.
The other thing they have to do is not to...
Through 40 minutes, the Sabres, Brad, when they're in there.
No question about it. The other thing they have to do is not take lazy, bad penalties. And I think one of the calls on Mazzaro's in that period was a weak call.
Yeah.
Timmy to right in this third, him going to the box, but they got to be penalty-free in the third.
Hockey Fights Cancer continues. Third period now. Dan and Rob will see you.
Seconds off. Feeling pretty good, as we mentioned, again in that first goal of the season. We're going to face it off again here at center. 5 seconds off the clock. Anthony tried it. Side fires, jumps down at the line. It'll be brought up by Pouliot with an empty net. He'll miss it as well with 6 seconds to go. But it's on the right side of center. 3 seconds, one more chance. Dennis with 1 second wide. And it's an onside call, but the horn sound.
Image magnified. 0% vertically scored.
To end the hockey game in Edmonton. Come away with a 3-2 victory.
Well, Edmonton generating 52 shots in this game. That's a new high for the Sabres, giving up. Up to tonight, 47 in Chicago they gave up. And I don't care if you got Dominic Hasek in net. You're not going to win hockey games by giving up 52 shots in a game. And the Sabres did some good things, but spent way too much time in the defensive zone, gave up way too many opportunities. And it was kind of like as soon as Edmonton scored that third goal, once again, they took that step back, and Edmonton took control of this game.
That did seem, even for all the hard work they were doing, Rob, you're right. It seemed like they were chasing the game tonight, and the Oilers, give them credit, off the game last night in Boston, come in here and score late. And they only led in this game once, but they led it at the right time as we go to Brian Duff and Brad May now to take us through our postgame.
Guys, thanks. It had a little bit of a feel to last year's Edmonton game here when they got a third period goal and were able to separate themselves at just the right moment. Tonight, a little different in the sense that, Brad, as the guys just mentioned, I mean, hard to fathom where Edmonton is, what their road record is, that they could come in here and get 52 shots on goal. It's just, it goes against everything Ted Nolan was trying to say this morning, that he felt like they were in